Good evening, one. Good evening, all, and welcome back to the Toon review for tonight's Euro 2024 match between England and Serbia. Of course, this is where the tournament really kicks off for us England fans. Can we start positively? Can we get a result? And can Gareth Southgate actually let the shackles off these players? Time will very much tell. I'm joined by Alex, Billy, and of course, Lady Sam is back from a little break. Sam will be spending time with us before kick-off, half-time and full-time, providing she's not too angry and smashes her house up. Hopefully, it's all good feelings tonight. But we will take a look at the two teams immediately. This is how England line up. Pickford, Walker, Rice, Stones, Guehi, Saka, Alexander-Arnold, Kane, Bellingham, Foden, Trippier. What's your thoughts, Sam?
Guehi is concerning for me. I think defensively is where we are going to be punished. This is not going to be an easy game. We definitely need to see a better start. I love the attacking players that we've got. A little bit concerned about Foden being on the left there, but we're obviously setting up to score goals here, which I think is great to see. But we need to be really tight on our formation and make sure that we're really going with aggressive press here for this game.
Billy Bob?
Yeah, left side defence is the worrying part. Guehi and Trippier. Trippier obviously not a left back. Guehi's looked very, very shaky at the back in the past couple of games he's played. But I like the attacking intent, and I think we'll see goals from England tonight.
And Alex, with your English-Polish face paint on, obviously didn't work out for Poland earlier on. But what do you make of that lineup for England?
Positive in areas, concerning in others. The left side, obviously Trippier, not a left-footed left back, isn't ideal. And then Foden, who is more of a central creative player who can drift wide. He doesn't offer, he's not naturally going to be able to create that width for us. He's not an out-and-out left winger. He's also not going to be as good at tracking back and defensive duties to help out with Trippier, who's going to need it as well because he's not a left-footed left back. Concerns there. I have my concerns personally about Trent in midfield, not because of his technical ability and his passing range, which is fantastic, world-class. It's about the physicality. And let's not forget, I'm sure we're going to get on Serbia, but we're going to need a lot of physicality in this game.
Yep. Well, let's look at the Serbian side. The major change for them is in goal. Milinkovic-Savic left out. He's replaced by Jakovic. Then we've got Pavlovic, Milenkovic. Then we've got Guelic. Vlahovic, of course, partner and Mitrovic up front. Kostic, Veljokovic, Zikovic, and another Milinkovic-Savic, of course, who was a talent, and Lukic. Billy, Alex is right. I mean, there's a lot of physicality for Serbia, but we expect that because they put balls into the area for the likes of Mitrovic. He's very, very good at international level at getting on the end of these crosses.
Yeah, physicality is going to be the main thing that they attack, but they have some good technical players also. I mean, Vlahovic is going to work off Mitrovic. It's actually taller than Mitrovic, strangely enough. But you've got the pace of Kostic down the left or down the right, whichever side he goes to. You've got the technical ability of Milinkovic-Savic in the middle of the park. Some excellent players there, and it's going to be hard work for us tonight. It really is.
Sam, what are you expecting? Because I'm expecting Serbia to try and, as Billy's already mentioned, he's worried about the left-hand side, Guehi, Trippier, etc. But obviously putting crosses in, will they be targeting our left side to enable to get crosses into the box?
Absolutely, it's an area of weakness for us. I think they're going to be really coming out the gates quickly. We need to have the ability to be able to shut them down defensively. So that is really the concern for me. I think they're going to be using that left flank all night long to try and get past the likes of Trippier. So it is a bit concerning. I think our best probably hope is that we can outscore them really.
Yeah, Alex.
I mean, it's a bit of a surprise. It's a little bit of a change from what they've done a lot in qualifying, and it's concerning. It's a decent lineup. ITV did a fantastic comparison and graphic before kickoff with the heights of Serbia, and I think there was one player who was 5'7". Everyone else is 6'+". They are enormous. They are a team of giants. They've got an interesting shape. They've gone with wing backs, so they can actually put two strikers up front in Vlahovic and Mitrovic. 6'3", 6'2". They're monsters. I'm really concerned about Kostic. He's a left-footed left wing back. him whipping crosses into the back post, and Mitrovic and Vlahovic are just going to be sat on Guehi and Trippier. That's my massive concern. I think that's where goals possibly could come from for Serbia, but they could come from anywhere across the front line because they're just going to be able to bully everyone. John Stones maybe really capable of swatting stuff away.
John Morn, welcome to Members Club. Thank you very, very much for signing up. Much appreciated. As usual, guys, if you do enjoy tonight's show, do hit the like button. It really does help us in the algorithm of YouTube. And of course, if you're new and like what you see, please do subscribe. Free to do so. And don't forget to hit the bell, which will let you know when we schedule live shows or we upload any videos. You can become a member like John has just done then. Hit the join button underneath us. And of course, you can super chat the channel as well by that $sign at the bottom of the live comments, which will guarantee your comments to be read out. The teams are just about to come out. Who worries you more, Sam, up front for Serbia? Is it Vlahovic or is it Mitrovic?
Mitrovic, but both threatening though. I don't think we can. We can't take our eyes off either, to be perfectly honest. And do we have the strength to do it? I think we're going to see it in this first half.
Yeah, Paul, that's that question, mate. Do you want to get hit by a bus or a fire truck? I mean, they're both bad.
Well, I don't know. I mean, probably a fire truck, really. But, I mean, look, Serbia came through, they finished second in their group, didn't they? They finished second in what was not a very strong group. You know, Hungary, fair enough, Hungary are very, well, didn't start the tournament very well, but they are played well in qualifiers. But, you know, they turned Serbia over in both games in the qualifiers, Billy. So Serbia, they're coming to this a little bit of an unknown. It's a long time since they qualified for a tournament, if at all, I think, since all the Balkan nations broke up, of course. I mean, is there anybody else apart from Mitrovic and Vlahovic that you worry about?
I'm worried about set pieces. They don't want to give too many corners away. They've got Milinkovic Savic in the middle of the park, who's obviously gone to Saudi Arabia now, but he's a really, really good player. Yeah, got technical ability and he's physical as well. Yeah, so he's got to be watched. So Trent's going to and Royce are going to have the alert head on today because they're going to be coming at us through the middle and wide. So it'll be a hard game for us, but I still think England will win.
Jazz, thank you for being a member for 4 months on the channel. Do you think we'll get to see Gordon play tonight? Do you think that was a difficult choice, Alex, for Southgate, or was he always going to go with Foden?
I think this was always set. Bellingham was in, Saka right, Foden was going to get pushed out because I completely agree that Foden is a fantastic player and he is world class in his own right. And you've got to try and get him on the pitch. I get that, but I would rather play a system. But it's not overly surprising. It makes sense, but it's second half. It depends how the game's shaping up. It depends if we go in at 0-0, if we're down, if we're up. I think he may try and take some big hitters off if we can get some goals, but it depends how it shapes up. I'm quite concerned about this game. So,
Sam, I mean, it's a big game for Foden, isn't it? Because Foden, if we look at the Iceland game, which was just, if we have to, I mean, it was dreadful. Foden didn't play well at all. Now that he's got Gordon breathing down his neck for that position, you know, will it inspire him being under pressure? Because, you know, let's be honest, Phil Foden is a wonderful talent, and we want to see that talent in the national team as well, don't we?
Yeah, certainly, and I think he is going to kick it up a gear. We all know how talented he is, how capable he is. So I've got no doubts. I think against Iceland, I was particularly disappointed at the performance. So let's hope with Gordon's talent breathing down his neck, hopefully that'll get a bit of a competitive edge going between them two to fight for the spot.
Billy, Bellingham. I'm expecting a lot of things from Bellingham. You know, he's going to be obviously he looks like he's playing in that 10 role tonight, which is probably where we expect him to play and where he can excel.
Yeah, he's a star of the team, isn't he? Maybe even the star of European football at the moment. And as long as we can get him in the game as much as often as possible, then he's going to shine. And really looking forward to watching him, as I always do, because he's a fantastic player.
David Buxton says there's no midfielders who will put their foot in. It worries me immensely. Well, I mean, Rice and Trent's in there, obviously, Alex, you know, for his passing ability in that position, but he doesn't play there for Liverpool. It's not his natural position.
Yeah. I mean, we may see Stone step up a little bit. We may see Bellingham drop deep. we'll have to wait and see because we've not seen this in the build up to the tournament because we haven't had everybody available. It'll be interesting. I'm not as convinced that the midfield's going to be the area. I think they're going to try and get the ball into they're either going to try and play early balls through the midfield or they're going to use the width with the wing backs. That's my main concern. I think it's going to be vaguely similar to what Poland tried to do today. So as a point of reference for everyone, for anyone who watched that game earlier on today with Poland, it was wing backs up to forwards that didn't really exist. They had a bit of a toothless strike force in Buksay. He didn't really have it. Plays in Turkey, whereas they've got Mitrovic, Vlahovic. They are not toothless up front, so it's going to be a bit similar to that. So I'm not as concerned about the midfield, although with Milinkovic-Savic, definitely a possibility. So
yeah. Absolutely. Sam, we'll see you at half-time. Give us your match prediction, though, before you go.
Oh, goodness me. I think it is going to be quite high scoring. I'm going to go 3-2 England.
Oh, right. Well, let's hope you're right. Right. We'll catch you at half-time, Sam.
Yeah, see you half-time, Sam.
So there you go. Lady Sam back on the Toon Review after our break away. She'll be back with us at half-time. Very, very close to kick-off now. The anthems are all done. Let's get predictions off you guys. Billy?
I agree with Sam, 3-2 England. Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Alex?
I'm going to go with 2-1 England.
Yeah, I've gone 2-1 England as well. I think... Look, I'd love us to go and smash them. I really would. But they've got some decent players on the bench. And, of course, the manager, Billy, Dragan Stojkovic. What a player he was, by the way.
Oh, outstanding footballer, outstanding midfield player. He was there. He was there, Glenn Hoddle, of the Yugoslavian Glenn Hoddle.
Oh, he was their talisman, wasn't he? I mean, he was just outrageously good player. A lot of people going for England. 3-1 to us, says Adam. 2-1, says Trevor. 2-1, says Albertuga. Bearded Monster says 1-1. Chippers is going 2-1 as well. John Moore, a very tight 1-0 England. Colin Morton says 2-2. Kendo says a Gordon hat-trick with a brace of assists from Trips and a Mitro missed penalty. Well, that would make for a very interesting game. Niles going 2-1 Serbia. Rich Baxter says 2-0 England. PD Proudlock goes 2-1 England. Rufiat Benisian says 2-2. Brucey's Ball says 3-0 England. I mean, George Narda says 5-0 England. George, if you're right with that, then we'll be dancing in the streets. By the way, I know you don't want to hear this, Alex, but the Dutch are my favourite second nation. I always support the Dutch in all the tournaments. And I have to say, those Dutch fans, before that game, walking to the ground.
Oh, they were incredible. Yeah,
oh, my God. That dance they were doing from side to side and then jumping up, it was absolutely superb. And then you look at the England fan build up and it's just all negative shit going on. I will never understand people fighting about football. I don't care what anybody
nobody
says.
Got arrested. No English people got arrested in some of the violence.
What they said was it was actually a set of German fans who attacked the Serbia fans and England fans were around the area. There is no proof that England fans were involved. So I see what you mean, but they try and make the negativity out all the time, don't they? But look, I just love the way the Dutch support their nation. It is incredible support. It really is.
Can I mention one thing before we kick off as well?
Absolutely, yes.
Just because of my hate for Southgate pre-tournament. Now that the tournament is about to start with us, I'm quite happy to back Southgate now. Before we board the plane, we can whinge about who the pilot's going to be, but now the plane's in the air, you've just got to back the pilot.
Alex,
we're in the air now.
Do you have cliche toilet paper these days? Because you are coming out with some stuff. It's fantastic.
Anyway,
England are going to kick off. We are underway. England kicking off from right to left in this first half. Let's get the scoreboard up. Dr. House, member for 15 months, is going 3-1 England. Let's see if you're right. Immediately, England are pressing Serbia. And it's cleared up the field. Guehi's under this one, doesn't get the header on it. Stones lets it run and gets himself in a bit of a pickle immediately. And Vlahovic is on him, but Stones did well to win the ball back. But that's how quick Vlahovic is, guys. He's very quick onto the ball, and you give him a second, he'll take everything.
Guehi's not going to win many balls in the air with that jump I've just seen.
Yeah.
I would actually been tempted to play Dunk in this game, even though he's been not very good for England at all, really. But he's more physical than Guehi is.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, Alexander Ireland has the ball for England. Kyle Walker to John Stones into Declan Rice now on the halfway line to Foden, who has come a long way in field. at the moment. He's found Jude Bellingham, who heads off down the left-hand side. Trippier overlaps him. Bellingham, few oversteps there, plays it across to John Stones. Sorry, Declan Rice sends it out wide to Saka. His first touch of the game. Saka immediately heads towards the penalty area on his left foot. Just slowed up a little bit there. Gives it to Kyle Walker, who in turn goes back to Stones. England getting a bit of possession early doors here. Out wide again to Kyle Walker now. Walker inside to Foden. And Foden plays it across to Guehi. Guehi now in plenty space. Just over the centre circle. Plays it to John Stones. Stones has Walker available to his right. Little short ball into Rice. Out again to Trent. Good play this by England. Nice little one-touch football here. But again, Serbia have a disciplined line here. Kyle Walker. Foden taken out late. But Foden looks like he's floating around the field. He's not on the left, Alex.
Yeah, it looks like it's a living, breathing formation. It's shades of 4-3-3 about this. It depends on where the ball is.
Yeah. Poor touch from Trippier there. Lost the ball, but it's now back with Pickford. And he plays it out to Kyle Walker. It looks when England have got the ball as if we're playing three at the back. That's the way it looks. Here's Alexander-Arnold for England. But positive start, Billy.
Yeah, very much so. Keeping hold of the ball nicely. They seem very reluctant to bring it down on this left-hand side, though, I have to say.
Yeah.
We are imbalanced, I have to say that as well.
Yeah, it is very, very obvious that Saka is tripped up there. Free kick in a very good position for England. Take your time. This is a good opportunity to get the ball into the box here. And we do have some very good headers of the ball, as well as a very good provider, Sam, Alex, in Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah. Oh, I need to mute my telly. Hang on. And I am frustratingly about 2 seconds behind you, which is really annoying. So I've actually got the telly this time. But we've got some fantastic set piece takers and some threats for headers in the box as well. So
yeah, in comes the ball from Alexander-Arnold. Not great, but it comes out to Trippier on the edge of the box. He gives it left to Declan Rice now. Rice cuts back in on his right foot, has to then go back to Kyle Walker. Walker to Trent on the far side. England going backwards at the minute. And I think this is going to end up back with Jordan Pickford. It is indeed. And England will regroup again. Pickford's playing with very short shorts. I don't know whether if you've noticed this, guys, but he's gone. He looks very old school with his shorts tonight.
Yeah.
Eagle-eyed commentary there. Here is Declan Rice, and plays it out again to Trent Alexander-Arnold down this right-hand side. Inside to Bellingham. Bellingham onto Saka. Back to Rice. England content just to knock this ball around at the moment. Serbia doing, certainly in this first 5 minutes, all of the chasing of the ball. They haven't had anything of it at the moment, Serbia. And long may that continue. John Stones now brings it forward for England.
No cutting edge, though, is there?
No, that's pretty obvious to see, isn't it? And Billy, we've said that many times, though. Lots of passing, but they need to get into that final third with a killer instinct. But we are only 4 minutes in, of course. Stones plays it wide again for Trent. And he'll knock it back to Kyle Walker now. Again, back to John Stones. He brings it towards the left-hand side. Foden flicks it on for Bellingham now. Foden's made a run into the box. Here is Foden, couldn't take it. Big opportunity there if he took that ball, but he just let the ball roll past him. But great movement there. And that's what they can do, Alex, between Bellingham and Foden. They can link up like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the fluidity there in the formation. They do look like Bellingham and Foden are switching left, right, dropping deep, which is exactly what you need.
Trippier's just won a good header there, knocked it back to Foden, and he's, completely flopped on the shot. And it's gone wide for a Serbian goal kick. But a very, very positive start.
For Foden. Yeah, it's spaces for Foden here because of the versatility. This is exactly what we weren't doing in the previous couple of fixtures. Maybe Bellingham is the difference there.
Yeah, I mean, we all know what Jude Bellingham can do. He's a fabulous footballer. But it is going to be a goal kick to Serbia, which they are taking the time with, to say the least. I mean, a point for Serbia would be fantastic for them, let's be honest. This is why I want England to score, because it's going to have to pull Serbia out a little bit. Long ball again towards Mitrovic. Bounces over the head. Kyle Walker can't control that. And it's now with Kostic down the left-hand side. Kostic gets the cross in, looking for Vlahovic. It's too high for him. Foden nods it down to Trippier. Trippier again tries to get rid of it with his right foot, and there is the problem. He's lost it. That's the problem, Billy. He's obviously right-footed, and he's trying to pass that with his right foot, and then the Serbians just picking it off.
Yeah, any left-footed fullback there would just hoof it away with the left foot, wouldn't they? Yeah, he's restricted down that left-hand side. There's no doubt about that.
We saw the game plan there for Serbia straight off the bat. Get it to Kostic, left-footed, and who was Vlahovic occupying? Guehi and Trippier at the back post.
Yep, exactly. And that's a worry. Rakovic kicks long upfield again. Stones wins the header this time. Drops into midfield. Good work by Trent to win it back for England. Foden gets it back to Trippier now. Trippier all the way across the other side for Kyle Walker, who's got a lot of space to run into here. Oh, see, he's turned and gone back. This is what frustrates me. If that's Man City, Kyle Walker, he bombs forward.
Yeah, it's a mindset they're in, isn't it? That's keep the ball and don't
so
go for
the
attacking situation when they've got them in the, because I'm in that mindset of just keeping the ball.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of space for Walker to run into there, and then it just sort of turns back. But obviously, if there's nothing making movement in front of him, then he's got no choice, really. He's Bellingham. Out to Saka now. Saka back to Kyle Walker. Walker goes across to Stones. Stones inside the Rice, a little 1-2. Back with John Stones now. Guehi in support of him, doesn't use him. Just slowly moving forward again, England. Kyle Walker out to Saka. And we'll look for Saka to take his man on. He wins a throw-in. Well, he doesn't win a throw-in. It's given to Serbia, actually. I think Kyle Walker's a little unfortunate. Oh, yeah, it was a right decision, actually. It did end up coming off Saka.
Yeah, it's healed, didn't it?
But we want to see these players play how they play for the clubs, don't we? Like Saka, get the ball, take players on. You know, very frustrating when you see somebody with Kyle Walker's pace have that much space to run into and then turn back as soon as he hits the halfway line.
Well, I think the game plan is to get it to Trent and to create some width and spray balls out.
Yeah.
I think that's what it looks like so far.
Yeah.
So maybe the Kyle Walker overlaps will appear at some point when they mix it up.
Well, Harry Kane, I don't think, has touched the ball yet in the first 8 minutes of this game. But here is Jude Bellingham now.
You know what happens when that tends to happen? He tends to drop deep and we have no focal point.
Yeah, but Bellingham's done well to win a free kick there for England. Very central, but they've taken it quickly. And Bellingham's having a conversation with the referee while players going on around him. Rice tries to slip in the ball for Saka, but good coverage there by Pavlovic, and he clears left-footed, but only as far as Declan Rice. I don't think Rice kept the ball in there.
That's poor.
Just on the stretch. Took it down originally on his chest, but couldn't control it, and Serbia get a throw-in. It's very obvious, though, guys, in this first 10 minutes that, you know, Billy mentioned it early on, it's very much England going down the right-hand side more than the left. There's a lot more attacks when we have the ball. Well,
I think this was quite obviously predicted by everyone, really. Not just it's not great insight from anybody. It's just, you know, Foden wants to go central. Trippier isn't going to be able to create width on the left. It's just natural.
Bellingham,
I mean, he's trying though.
Manhandled to the floor. By the way, I was trying to praise Billy there, and then Alex says it's no. Alex.
Well, no disrespect to Billy. I mean, we all said this pre-kickoff.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's no balance there. But look at the shirt. How is that not a booking, by the way?
Yeah, that needs to be a booking. That was a booking in the Denmark game today. So you need to keep an eye on that, especially 9 minutes into the game.
Yeah. Anyway, England have another free kick here coming into the 10th minute. Thank you very much for joining Matchday Live on the Toon Review. It's England 0, Serbia 0 so far. We go short with the free kick. Then Walker to the back post where Declan Rice is, but the referee's blown his whistle. John Stones is astounded he's been given a free kick against him there. He went down in the box. He was with Mitrovic. Oh, come on. Mitro's gone down very easy there, and the referee's bought it.
Big, strong centre forward like that going down and get out of it.
I mean, John Stones, he didn't even push him, never mind do anything else. I mean, listen, it's fact, isn't it? I mean, Mitrovic is very good at playing that kind of game. And Serbia have it again, but unfortunately for them, again, they couldn't hold on to possession. And I think that's been very obvious early doors that England are going to have a lot of possession in this game, unless it's a Serbian game plan to sort of let England have a lot of the ball and counter them.
Yeah, very unusual for Sergej Milinkovic-Savic to miscontrol the ball there. He's not usually like that at all.
Mark Way has the ball now for England. Down the line again to Phil Foden. He's got Rice inside of him. Declan Rice now. Across to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's got Walker and Akers a space on the right-hand side, but decides not to use him. Goes for a short ball to Rice. Rice now to Bellingham. Sorry, Foden. Foden can turn. There's it to Trippier. Trippier now inside to Bellingham. Back to Foden. But again, there's no movement up front. It's very static. And now we're having to go backwards again.
Forward. Lots of bit of movement the centre forward instead of just standing in one spot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think Bellingham's trying to make a point there. There's nobody moving in front of him and Foden there. And we have to play it back all the time. Stones now right on the centre circle. Sends it out to Walker, who gives it back to John Stones again. Stones at walking pace. There's it inside to Rice. Now out to Walker. Down the line to Saka. Saka back to Walker. And again, it's backwards to John Stones. Sends it inside to Bellingham. Now, Bellingham. Nice ball out to Walker. Walker's got Saka in front of him. Walker, nice ball down to Saka. This is a real opportunity. Ball comes across. Bellingham! Yeah! 1-0 England! Brilliant header from Jude Bellingham. Thank you very much. It's time to grab your granny because she's going for a massive big German sausage. Get in. It's 1-0 England. Alex, fantastic header, brilliant cross into the box, and Bellingham wanted that more than the defender.
Yeah, it's what we've been waiting for all along. Patient build-up, find the spaces, whip a ball in. You can't just defend Harry Kane because you've got Jude Bellingham to contend with as well. Fantastic header, dived, 1-0 England.
I'll tell you something, Billy. He's got some size on him, Bellingham, lately. He has put some muscle on. He is huge going in for that header.
It's an outstanding goal, isn't it? I mean, the kind of work between Walker and Saka on that right-hand side was superb. Saka's crossing, but Bellingham wasn't having any of it. He was going to get to that ball, and he got to it, and he was a great header into the net. Brilliant goal. Really good goal.
Yep, very, very good goal. Saka's cross was slightly deflected, so that might have been better for the flight of the ball in the end, but it doesn't matter. It's 1-0 to England, and now Serbia will be asked questions as Walker goes all the way back. I think Serbia are here for the taking, guys. I don't know about you, but I really do think there's goals in this for England, providing we go for it.
Well, we're going to have to settle now.
They're going to have to come out as well and maybe do a bit of pressing because there's no press at all. It's so easy for us at the back. No pressure whatsoever.
They'll be encouraged to go on the offensive now because they are 1-0 down. They're going to have to, both teams are going to have to settle, but you would expect Serbia to come at us a bit more. Try and get the ball back at least.
Yep. John Stones has it at the moment in the centre circle. Plays it out to Kyle Walker. Walker straight down the line to Saka. Saka takes it down. Ball inside for Trent. And he's lost the ball there. Poor touch from Trent. And Serbia now are going to be asked a lot of questions. Of course, England can't rely on a 1-0. They've got to go out and win the game comfortably, I think, and put a message out that we are really strong for this tournament.
For all the stuff I got last time, by the way, remember that Trent just lost that ball there because I got pelters for this last week. Remember that, everyone in the chat. Trent just lost the ball for us, so keep in count.
Yeah, it was a poor touch. Anyway, he's on the ball now for England. Now to Bellingham, the goal scorer, who has, without a doubt, been England's best player in the first 15. Anyways, he's had a few dribbles, and he's also got the goal. A lovely flick there by Trent, but again, he's giving a free kick to Serbia.
That's not a free kick.
Play's gone on.
It wasn't a free kick.
Well, I'm pretty sure everybody stopped for a free kick there. And
I think it was a free kick to us for a handball, and he waved play on because we'd got the ball anyway.
Yeah. Well, so far after the goal, it's as you were, because England have got possession back. And I don't think Serbia have had the ball for more than 15 seconds here in this game. I genuinely don't. They're Kostic with one cross into the box, and that's all they've provided.
I mean, possession statistics at the moment is 87% England.
Wow. I mean, well, we're doing a job. Whether you think it's entertaining or not, we're doing a job. Here's Guay back again to John Stones. I mean, you think at some point Serbia are going to have to say, look, we can't just sit back here, because they'll be thinking, well, if we can keep it to 1-0, but of course they're taking a risk of it going to 2-0, 3-0 and completely being out of the game.
Yeah. And if anything is at fault with Serbia, you go down the temperament route, can't you?
Yep.
They're very hot-headed, and anything could happen with them.
Absolutely. Kostic with a header on, but easy one for John Stones to deal with again. Walker into Saka now. Saka to Trent, onto Saka again. Nice bit of play to get out of the trouble there. Declan Rice, Foden, little touch, doesn't quite come off, but ricochets in our favour. Back to Declan Rice. And now Foden again. Bellingham, Foden. He's got Trippier out to the left-hand side here. Here is Trippier into Bellingham. Bellingham, lovely little sidestep, pulled back again. And he's targeted. The Serbians have clearly targeted him in this opening 15 minutes.
There's the 5'7" player, by the way, the 14.
Yeah. Looks a dwarf next to Bellingham.
Fantastic composure from Jude there as well. He 14 wanted a little fight, and Jude just stood there, smiled at him as well.
Good awareness there from Saka.
Walker.
Mitrovic now for Serbia. And they have the ball. How long can they keep it for is the question. It's back with Lukic at the moment. Lukic brings it forward for the Serbians. Plays it to Veljovic. And he's put it inside now. And Serbia trying to settle on the ball, trying to get a bit of a feel for it and a bit of possession here, which quite clearly they need after the start that England have made. Of course, if you just joined us, 1-0 to England. Bellingham, the goal scorer, with a fantastic header into the top corner. Lukic plays it on now for Vlahovic, but he's lost the ball. Bellingham manages to find Harry Kane. I thought Bellingham was caught with an elbow there, and Bellingham has stayed down, but a chance for Trent Alexander-Arnold now in the shot. He's tried a right foot volley, and it's, wide of the net. But I thought Bellingham was elbowed there. I don't know about anybody else.
Fantastic work from Guehi to step up and win the ball back in the first place. So good stuff from Guehi there.
It was Vlahovic with it. Oh, I tell you. Did he?
Yeah, no. I don't know if it's as bad as what Jude Bellingham was making out it is.
No.
I mean, Trent can hit the ball better than that, as we know, but they're clearly trying to rough Bellingham up. Bellingham and the referee high five there. Very interesting. I've never seen that before.
Imagine that at Old Trafford if Bruno Fernandes had done that against us.
High fives the referee. I'd have been going bananas. What the hell? Anyway, good header by Mitrovic again. He finds Kostic right on the touchline, but that's really poor from Kostic. He's better than that. And a terrible pass, and England get possession back.
Good cover from Trent there, 1-1.
Certainly was.
The people having a go at Kane in the chat as well. You've got to remember that he did occupy defenders.
Awful from England, by the way, there. Stones to try and get it out to Kyle Walker, and it's just gone out to play. That's not great play from England.
Awful. But yeah, Kane obviously occupies players for Bellingham to get that goal. That Bellingham goal doesn't happen without Harry Kane being where he is.
Correct.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. I just love the way Bellingham wanted that more than just the strength to get in on the end of that. Vlahovic and Guehi going at it, but to be fair, Guehi out-muscles Vlahovic there. Well done. Oh, that's poor from Trent. He's lost the ball. Mitrovic just wide. And that was a real opportunity for Serbia there, and it came from, again, a mistake on the ball by Trent Alexander-Arnold, Alex.
Well, I mean, I don't want to keep saying I told you so, but I told you so. He's a fantastic footballer, but just lapse in concentration, poor first touch, poor awareness of his surroundings in midfield. You cannot lose the ball like that at an international level. We will get punished.
Not where Mitrovic is concerned, or Vlahovic for that matter.
That's 3 times now, and we are 20 minutes on the clock.
And it's a position of responsibility where he plays, and you just can't lose the ball there.
No, not at all. Kane does well, and here is Saka now. Saka again dragged back, and the referee again gives a free kick to England. But we expected this, Billy, from Serbia. Very, very physical.
Yeah, well, they have to. This is what the Scots have done against Germany.
Yeah.
You know, to be competitive in one part of the game, and that's what they're doing. They're physically very, very demanding, aren't they?
I don't know what Pavlovic was complaining about there, by the way. It was clearly a pull back.
That goalkeeper looks as Serbian as you can get, doesn't he? He looks like someone you can see in a film as a drugs overlord or
Well, that's very charming of you to say something.
Human trafficker or something like that.
My God, Billy, I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
Serbia's a beautiful country, Billy.
It is, yeah.
Trent is over this with Foden at the minute. It's very central, this free kick, so looks like it's going to the back post. It is. It hits. Oh, Declan Rice. Big opportunity, and it hits him and goes out for a goal kick. Rice is pointing at Harry Kane, but Kane,
Great delivery, that is.
It is. But Declan Rice
That's where we want Trent taking free kicks like that.
Yeah.
Rice thought that Kane had got it, I think.
Yeah. Sometimes in that position, you've just got to take the chance that maybe Kane isn't going to get to it, and make sure you keep your eye on the ball, because he took his eye off the ball there, clearly. Coming up 22 minutes gone in the game. Welcome to Matchday Live here on the Toon Review YouTube channel. If you are new, please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. England are ahead by 1-0, thanks to a stunning header from Jude Bellingham. And it's been pretty comfortable for England at the minute. But here's Vlahovic trying to get his team back in the game. Tries to go across to Kostic. But again, Kyle Walker there with an interception. And he gets it back to Jordan Pickford. Pickford will play this long. Looking for Bellingham again. Bellingham didn't get the header on it.
Oh, come on, Kane. You've got to do better than that.
Wow, it's very lazy from Harry Kane, that. It's back with Rakitic in goal. And he left foot towards the halfway line again to Mitrovic, who chests it down really well. And Serbia break forward now. They've got two ahead of them. Here's Vlahovic running at Mark Guehi. Guehi does well, stands up to Vlahovic. I thought he might have gone left to Kostic there, but he didn't. He decided to take a punt on the shot, and it didn't quite work. Guehi stood up to him really well. He's had a good start of the game, Mark Guehi, but that's careless from Phil Foden. Gives it away again, and Kostic brings it forward for the Serbians. Not much ahead of him, though. Bellingham is all over Kostic here and sticking to him like glue. But Kostic, I think he'll get a free kick for that, will he? No, he won't. Oh, go on, Jude, son. Hey! He's not taking any shit, is he?
Absolutely not.
Fantastic stuff from Bellingham.
He wants it. Yeah, he's winding Kostic up there. He's definitely got in his head.
Roaring up the crowd and then goes into his chest with his shoulder. That's
Good
perfect
lad.
shithousery from Jude Bellingham. That's what we want to see.
Champions League winner.
Absolutely. And England's goal scorer in this one as they lead 1-0. 23 and a half minutes now over of the first half. And England have been pretty positive, I have to say. Well, positive as England can be. They've had a lot of the ball. We've scored a goal. And, well, Guehi has defended very well so far.
Yes, he has been outstanding so far. How old's Bellingham now? Is he 20 now, is he?
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, isn't he? 20 years of age.
He's lost out there to Milinkovic-Savic, who brings it forward. Bellingham then goes in with a very strong tackle. But Vlahovic wins it back. Great interception by Trent. And that puts England on the front foot again. Kyle Walker is bombing forward. They're not catching him. Walker's in! Oh, he's trying to play the cross. Why didn't you finish it?
Why did nobody go to the back post? Foden and Kane both occupying the same space. One of you go to the back post.
What a chance that is. I mean, Walker should have took it himself. He'd beaten the defender and he pulls it across. Foden and Kane both in exactly the same position. And it ends up trickling wide for a goal kick. Brilliant run by Kyle Walker. But I thought he should have just slotted that into the net and took the goal himself.
Foden should have gone back post there. I don't think you can take the strike.
Yeah, I'm not blaming Kyle Walker.
No. I mean, at the end of the day, he's made a decision to play. He would expect somebody to be there, in all fairness. But I just think he should have slotted that in himself. However, excellent interception by Trent. And, of course, fed the ball into Walker and he was away.
Very much feast or famine with Trent, isn't it?
Well, I mean, there's no middle ground, is there? That he either loses the ball or he does something brilliant.
Well, he's a luxury tax player. That's what he is. You get a lot offensively, but you lose a lot defensively.
Mrs. Time Lord says, I've come in late. Have you badmouthed Southgate yet? We aren't even talking about the manager because we're playing a game and we're supporting England, like you should be.
And we're winning. So we can't be badmouthing.
Yep. And at the moment, he seems to have got the tactics right because we've dominated the game. 25 minutes gone. there is a couple of things England need to just be careful of. Long ball looking for Kostic again, but that is well dealt with by Kyle Walker and nods the ball back to his goalkeeper, Pickford. Taking his time with this. Agent text streams, Paul, just want to say I haven't forgotten. Just no problem, mate. No problem at all. I was going to email you to see how you were getting on, but that's fine. No problem at all. Here is Jordan Pickford again, right on his 6-yard line. Up towards halfway, looking for Harry Kane, who's been in a hell of a tussle there. And Kane is judged to be the guilty man there. And a free kick to Serbia. Kane doesn't quite agree with that. Milenkovic in a battle with him there, but Kane apparently fouled him. But again, Serbia having the ball, trying to bring it out, getting a little bit more of the ball now, Serbia, but haven't really threatened Pickford at the moment. Here is Lukic for Serbia. Out wide now for Veljkovic. It's back to Veljkovic again. I mean, Serbia need this. You kind of think they need this. They need a bit of time on the ball. But this is why England, I think, should be pressing and just causing all sorts of problems for them. But at the minute,
he hasn't got the pace to press.
No. That's a bad pass by Mitrovic. Declan Rice picks it up. The Mitrovic of old probably would have hacked him down there, but he pulled out of the tackle. And now Kyle Walker brings it forward for England. Nothing much movement ahead of him. Trent now on the centre circle. Declan Rice, Foden, little 1-2. England again taking the time with the build-up. Little one-touch passing. And now Guehi has a bit of space to bring the ball forward for England, but he's not in any rush to do so. Turns, goes back to John Stones. Stones to Walker. Now Trent. Good ball out to Saka on this far side. Saka now. A little bit of body sway there. And that's a great ball by Trent back to Saka. Saka now, 2 men on him. But he's done well. He's into the box, Saka. Trying to nod the ball down to Bellingham. Here's Bellingham on the edge of the box. Rolls it back through Alexander-Arnold's taken out.
Referee.
And, I mean, the Serbians are complaining again. It's a terrible tackle from Gudlej. And, I mean, that's as late as you want to be. And I don't know what he's got to complain to the referee for. I mean, he's just such a late tackle.
I don't know what they've got to do to get a yellow card at this point.
Indeed.
Is it because it's too early, or because if this was second half, there'd have been 2 or 3 by now?
Well, to be honest, I don't agree with it too early to give a yellow card. If there's a yellow card tackle, then surely you should be yellow carded. It doesn't matter what minute the game is. However, I agree that the Serbians should have had a couple of yellow cards, but Trippier, Foden, and again, Alexander-Arnold over this ball.
So you want a left footer there, don't you? Really?
Well, Foden's over it. I mean, is it too far out, or do you think this is a good opportunity to put the ball on the...
Well, with the size they've got, it's not really worth us chipping in the box, is it? I think a shot on target's definitely the way to go. I agree.
Yeah.
You could fumble it.
Exactly. I mean, what? 18, it's about 30 yards out, isn't it? 35?
Wheel out Stuart Pearce for this. He scored hundreds of goals like this. I know I'm exaggerating a little bit, but...
Well, Roberto Carlos would be a good place to have. But it looks like Trent's going to take this. Bend this on his right foot. I mean, I think it suits a left footer from this position, but it is Alexander-Arnold into the wall. It was a very poor free kick, to be honest. Looked like he scuffed that. And Trippier now is going to go back to Jordan Pickford. And England will start again. Pickford well out of his goal here. Launches one down the field, looking for the runner, Harry Kane. Good work there by Declan Rice. Bellingham, sliced ball. Absolutely wonderful ball to Kyle Walker. That is exceptional talent. Wow. And now Declan Rice now for England. Kyle Walker now plays it out wide to Saka. Is Saka going to have a run at the defender? He is indeed. Saka, a few step overs, gets to the byline, clips it across. It's deflected again, but this time there's more on it to take it out the penalty area, and Serbia deal with it. And eventually hammered forward by Zivkovic, but not very far. Bellingham again clips one in towards Saka. Good header away again, but only as far as Declan Rice. England pressing, looking for the second goal here. Serbia trying to stay disciplined. And now Trent, who's on this left-hand side now, has Trippier to his left. But again, England go down to walking pace again. Alexander-Arnold. Lots of space on the right-hand side. John Stones feeds it down. I thought he didn't put enough on that.
Yeah, me too.
Saka. And Pavlovic brings him down. And it looked like Saka. I think Saka's been punished for a handball after he's pushed down by Pavlovic.
That's a
that's a push in the back. Dear God.
How's that not a free kick to England?
Wow.
Yeah, no 50-50 there. That was definitely in the back.
Look at that ball from Bellingham. Sliced. That is class. Absolute class from Jude Bellingham. Coming up to 32 minutes of the first half have been played. England lead Serbia 1-0. Bellingham in the 13th minute with a fabulous header. And to be honest, England have been in very, very much control of this first half for the majority of it.
Albertuga saying he expected much more from England. Well, we were worried it was going to be a lot less. So this will do for now.
What much more? What can they do much more? They've held on to the ball. They're knocking it around quite well. I mean, what more do you want them to do?
Albertuga isn't English, though, is he? I think he's Portuguese.
No, he's Portuguese, yeah.
Given how we've warmed up for this tournament, I'd take this performance any day of the week so far, quite honestly. I mean, the only player I'm quite disappointed with so far, actually, is Harry Kane. He's been anonymous. But, of course, we know what Harry Kane's like. He can be quiet for the majority of the game, and then we know what qualities he's got as a striker. Here is Mitrovic, though. Sends it out wide to Zivkovic. Zivkovic sends the ball into the box. Great header, Mark Guehi. Great header. Under a lot of pressure from Vlahovic, and he managed to get the ball away and put England on the attack here. But again, Kane's just not showing much desire to get the ball.
He's bone idle, man.
Yeah, get Ivan Toney on now. Is Kane injured? What's going on?
Well, he doesn't. He's not.
He's always like this. He's a statue.
I mean, look, he's not putting himself around as I would expect him to be honest. He's been very. I mean, he had an opportunity to go for that ball there again and just didn't bother.
36 goals in the Bundesliga, 8 goals in the Champions League. But when we watch him for England, he just jogs about.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. But never mind. He's plenty of time left in this game for him to bag a couple of goals, that's for certain. But good turn by Lukic here. Sends it out wide.
Look, okay, now look. God, I don't believe what I'm seeing here.
Pavlovic to Kostic. And now back to Pavlovic. Kostic will swing it in on his left foot. Bellingham is there to clear the ball for England. And that's going to be a throw into Serbia. Look at Bellingham. I mean, he's rallying the troops there like he's captain.
Should be captain. Should be the captain.
Well,
way more inspirational than the actual captain.
I have to say.
I can't think King Hoddle can defend him now. Like
he will.
Not been good.
I mean, wow. I don't think that he's not trying. I agree with some of the chats, and he doesn't look 100% fit to me.
But there are players who have got the ball 3 or 4 yards away from him, and he's not challenging for that. Like what? Yeah. Why? I don't understand that.
Well, he's telling them to push up there. I mean, Serbia are having a bit of possession here, but they're going absolutely nowhere at the minute. Look how deep Mitrovic has come to get the ball. I mean, he's playing like a right winger here. Showing himself, but they don't use him. And I think he had a right go at Velkovic there, saying, why didn't you give me the ball? That's a poor ball in for Vlahovic, but Lukic beats Bellingham to the ball there. Oh, sorry, Guehi to the ball there. Guehi's come out second best there. He's limping a little bit. But at least Guehi wasn't bottling out of a 50-50 there. No. That was for certain.
Like it. I like his commitment. I think he's had a good game so far.
He has indeed. Alexander-Arnold swings one to the left. It's a poor ball. And Zivkovic just lets it roll out for a throw into Serbia, taken quickly. And Lukic will bring it forward. Lukic very much the sort of quarterback for Serbia. Romania against Ukraine is the lunchtime game tomorrow. How I do not want to watch that. Sorry, I can't get excited for that. I just can't. You're doing the commentary for that game, aren't you, Billy?
Absolutely not.
No, we will have a Newcastle United news show tomorrow, definitely as well, just to bring you up to date for all the news from club football, of course.
I should be watching that animal rescue thing on the other side with the Romanian pet rescue.
Well, Serbia coming forward here with Vlahovic, but who is there to take the ball off him? Jude Bellingham. And then Declan Rice is on hand just to sweep the pieces up, and Bellingham brings it away again for England. Bellingham into the centre circle, taken out again late after the ball. Shocking tackle on Bellingham, to be honest. But it's with Saka now, and he's done Pavlovic brilliantly. Saka, ball in the box, and again, Foden leave. What's Foden doing?
I'm not sure that's Foden's fault. What's Harry Kane doing?
Well, Harry Kane's nowhere. I mean, he's absolutely nowhere. I actually agree with you, Billy. I think I'm a bit harsh on Foden there. Foden had made the run, but the ball was played slightly behind him, wasn't it? But again, no.
He's been a spectator. He's been a spectator for the whole of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll criticise Kane quite often, as is my won't, but he doesn't look fit to me.
No, he doesn't. Lukic has the ball again for Serbia. But again, 37 minutes in, Pickford hasn't had a save to make. England have defended, in fairness, very, very well so far, especially Mark Guehi. Stones has done his normal job. You expect that of John Stones, but Guehi was a lot of fans doubt going into this game, but so far he's up for the challenge. Lukic now has a bit of space. Here's Mitrovic. Plays it out to Kostic on the left-hand side. Kostic with a bit of time to get his head up. Plays the ball into the box. Too high for Vlahovic. And headed away well by Declan Rice. And now Zivkovic down the right-hand side going against Kieran Trippier. Gets the ball into the box. Good interception by Declan Rice. And he powers out of the box brilliantly. Now Foden. Foden back to Bellingham. Bellingham, calm as you want. Spins away, wins a free kick. Thank you very much. But the referee gives play on. And Bellingham now goes for a run with the ball. And then he's taken out again. I mean, dear me, how many times, referee? I think there is going to be a booking here now for the Serbians. Calvin, absolutely. Calvin, thank you for your super chat. Has Kane touched the ball yet?
Not even sure if he has.
2 or 3 times, I think he has.
They may be looking at this for a red card for Bellingham here for going in over the top.
Yeah, it's Godelj who's gone down, who is going to be booked. So Serbia have got their first booking of the game. But the Serbians not very happy with that at all. Vlahovic and Mitrovic going at the referee. Sorry, Gulej and Mitrovic going at the referee. Let's have another look. Oh, no, it was a foul. It's definitely a foul.
Yeah, he's done nothing there. Yeah.
I mean, Godelj, I think he knew what he did there. He stuck his leg out and brought Bellingham down. It's a clear foul. And finally, Alex, as you say, a yellow card.
Yeah, well, he held his fouling leg as if to say, ow, he ran into me. Well,
yeah.
No, you put your leg there. 100% a foul. That's what, 6 fouls on Bellingham so far? Needs to be yellow card shown for protective purposes. It's getting a bit silly.
I mean, that was elite, the way he brought that ball out, by the way. Absolute quality from Bellingham. Won a free kick, decided the referee played it on. Bellingham then just span round and brought the ball away. What a talent this kid is. Honestly, sensational.
From an opposing point.
Oh, and again, Declan Rice this time taken out late. This time by Lukic, but play goes on. That should have been a booking as well. Now, whether the referee goes back and... I think he's had a word with him. But again, such late tackles from the Serbians. Dan Robinson, thank you for your super chat. Kane has had 1 touch, 1 pass. At least he is 100% accurate.
I just saw there he's favourite for the golden boot, but I think he's favourite for an orthopaedic boot the way he's playing tonight.
Well, yeah. Bellingham taken out. Kane trying to chase after the ball now. But it's back with Rakitic, who will probably launch this forward for Serbia. But there's a player down injured, I think, at the minute. And it is indeed a Serbian. And it's Kostic, which is good news for us if he has to leave the field. Not that I want to see any players get injured, of course. I must stress that.
I was going to say just now, Serbia have shown no kind of intelligence, really. If you're an opposing manager, you attack our left side.
Yeah.
And they haven't, have they? They've done it once and they got across into the box.
As Bellingham comes across to have a bit of a drink. We're just seeing the goal again. Great work by Saka down the right. Little deflection, but look at the power and the absolute willingness to get that ball. I'm not sure that, had that not deflected, that looked like it was going along the ground from Saka, and then it deflected up. And a nice little celebration there between Bellingham and Alexander-Arnold. Nice to see. But this kid is special. I tell you what, he is special. I'm not sure what the problem is with Kostic. I think it's his left knee. A Serbian lady looking a little bit concerned there.
Salute on her.
Next to the Serbian True Geordie, by the looks of things. And Vlahovic now having a conversation with Dragan Stojkovic because they need to change things, and they need to be better on the ball. And I think that's what the manager will tell them.
Conversation with Trent there, maybe telling him how not to lose the ball.
Yeah. But I mean, so far it's very comfortable for England, and there's certain players for England really standing out in this game. But there's also a player who isn't standing out, and that's the captain. Barbara, who's been a member for an incredible 29 months on the channel. Thank you, Barbara. Hi, Paul, Billy, Alex. Kane just walking around in circles. Won't even put in a tackle. He needs to come off. Great commentary.
Well, I'm making a change.
Yeah, it looks like Kostic is going to have to come off, which, is a bonus for England, I think. Yeah, Kostic isn't coming back on. He's on the long walk around the side of the pitch. I mean, that obviously we don't want to see players get injured, Alex, but seeing Kostic go off is a boost for England.
Yeah, I mean, in the Premier League is a bit different because they miss out the rest of the season, but in an international tournament, yeah, it's definitely good. We need them to be out in this fixture because it's dangerous for us. So,
yeah. England trying a little bit of head tennis, but now John Stones has kicked the ball away. I don't think he heard the whistle, to be fair to John Stones, but I think he's going to be booked.
He apologised straight away. He wasn't sure.
Did he go out of play?
Yeah, they were playing head tennis, but Mladenovic is coming on now. The number 25, he'll replace Kostic. King Huddle says Kane is a great player. Big up Kane. Yeah, he is a great player, but he's not doing it tonight. No way he's doing it tonight. Mladenovic is on the pitch now. He
is a left-footed fullback, 5 assists in the Greek league for Panathinaikos.
Well, they may push Pavlovic forward and put him at left back then. We'll see. But or whether Dragan Stojkovic decides to change the formation a little bit with that substitution. But we're a couple of minutes away from half time. England still leading 1-0 with Bellingham's 13th minute header. Could have possibly had a couple more goals as well, but it hasn't happened. Serbia in possession now on the centre circle. And once again played out to Veljkovic, and he's played it back to the goalkeeper. And he launches it right-footed this time. A lot of space here for Mitrovic to take the ball down, but Declan Rice quickly on him, gets it back to Kyle Walker. Bit of a funny fumble there from Pickford, but he managed to pick it back up and get it to Saka. Saka takes the ball down brilliantly. Holds on to it. Did well there, Bukayo Saka. Now John Stones. Stones down the line. Serbia have the ball back now. And we'll try and build again. Gudelj, but he has to go back to the goalkeeper. And half a minute left of normal time at the end of this first half, which has been pretty good for England. But I want to see more. I have to say much more from the striker for England. For Harry Kane, he's just been anonymous.
Well, dare I say it, Foden's kind of fallen off a bit as well in the latter stages of this first half.
Yeah, he has.
Anthony Gordon, question mark?
Well, you never know, do you? Gudelj brings it forward for Serbia into Mitrovic. Now out wide for Mladenovic, who's just come on, of course. Lukic. Like I say, sorry, that's not Lukic on the ball. Now he is. And he's got a lot of space, to be fair. And he clips it in towards Vlahovic, but a little bit of confusion there. Vlahovic puts his thumb up to say, thank you, good attempt at the pass. He sort of stopped running.
I think he was offside as well, wasn't he?
He looked offside, yeah. 2 minutes of additional time at the end of the first half. England 1, Serbia 0. But 1-0 is never a comfortable lead, guys. That's what I will say. 1-0, you're always, it doesn't matter how you're playing, you've got to start, taking advantage of your opportunities. We know what football's like.
I mean, if this was a boxing match, the referee probably would have stopped it by now. But no, anyone up? It's mad, isn't it?
It is.
Harry Kane just won a ball in the air. Wow.
Yeah, unfortunately, didn't go to an England player. Mladenovic is fouled. Free kick. The referee very adamant that was a free kick there. Mitrovic. Serbia in this final minute of injury time, trying to push to get an equaliser. I mean, that would be a real knife in the heart if they were to get an equaliser before half-time, given that they've hardly touched the ball in the first half. But it's a funny how game is football. It's a funny how game. Here's Lukic. Out wide for Zivkovic now, but 2 men on him. But the 2 men have stepped up here and left Lukic. Ball in the box. Vlahovic threw himself at it. And it's going to be a corner to Serbia right at the end of this first half. Stones did well, to be fair, because Mitrovic was coming in on him.
Poor from Trippier and Foden there. Both went for the same man.
Both got sucked out, didn't they? And then they just played the ball down to Lukic, who fired the ball across.
Yeah,
but
definitely would prefer Gordon on for defensive purposes as well, second half.
Yeah. The couple of balls that have come in have just been too high for Vlahovic so far. That corner's absolutely dreadful, by the way, and cleared away, but they still have it. Still have an opportunity. The referee has, I believe, his whistle in his mouth, and there you go. Half-time for England, and it has finished the first half. England 1, Serbia 0. Alex, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, good game plan. Southgate kept his cards very close to his chest. It's an interesting starting lineup. We were careful, dominant in possession, waiting to find the space. A couple of whinges early doors that we weren't doing much, but we were waiting for the opportunity, and it was taken. But we do need to continue and try and get another goal, because 1-0 is a dodgy scoreline. One little slip up or moment of magic from the opposition, and it's 1-1, and we don't win this match. So we definitely need to make sure we stay focused, tidy things up, and maybe try and get another goal. Possibly a couple of substitutions could help, because Foden's done okay in parts. He needs to sort of clean up his final ball, but Kane's just not really been involved at all.
I mean, I genuinely think that Anthony Gordon, I'm not just saying this because I'm a Newcastle fan, but I believe he's in better form than Phil Foden is right now. And that's why they are. But I think if you're going to play players in that position on form, then I genuinely think he's on form at the minute. Anthony Gordon, he's got a lot of confidence about him, and but then again, Foden's tried to link up with Bellingham a few times and done it quite well. But there's no link up with the striker.
Well, but that's why I think, because Foden and Bellingham are interchangeable. I think that's why he likes it. Whereas obviously Gordon would be a lot more of a traditional winger, even though he's right-footed. He still plays like a proper winger. But yeah, I agree. Still no link up with the striker though.
Dan Robinson, thank you for your super chat. Gordon has the pace, energy, intensity to cause havoc in their defence. We need that to disrupt the defence to allow others to break through. Sam, thoughts on the first half?
Promising, actually. Really positive. Far better than what we've seen in the warm-up matches as well, which is great. Plenty of possession. I think at first that possession felt like a little bit slow, but that seems to have been the game plan. They just haven't really looked to attack and take us on. Obviously, Saka and Bellingham just stand out for me in this first half. Absolutely, Bellingham is just elite at an entirely different level. That excellent header that was crossed from Saka as well, which was just brilliant. And even Gehi has been like fantastic positive start as well. So yeah, looking good so far. I'm really pleased.
Yep. Billy, can you take over for a sec? I'll be back in a minute.
I can, yeah. What can we talk about? Let's talk about Harry Kane, Sam, and the lack of him.
Yeah, lack of him. But a bit of a ghost at the moment. But I think is this typically what we see from England Kane? Certainly not club Kane. But when we see him for England, he seems to be like stuck in molasses. He seems quite static and expects almost that level of service before he starts dropping deeper down the pitch. So I'm hoping that we can get a little bit more to Kane, so we can see him actually doing more. But for now, I think the fact that we've got Bellingham in there is going to without a doubt keep us in this game, keep us in the competition. I think Foden as well. I think we saw it against Iceland, like really flip-flop performances. So it's going to be an interesting one to keep an eye on, because I think in the past as well, we've seen him having a bit of a power struggle with Bellingham. So having him playing there, I don't know. I might like to see Gordon actually.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. How do you think Trent's done first half?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one with Trent. I think again he has moments of brilliance and passing accuracy. You know, no one could say anything about it. But you know, I think we did see, was it Trent who lost the ball, which nearly obviously put us in hot water against Mitrovic. Uncharacteristically, he didn't score. But that could have been the equaliser for us. So an interesting one again, and I can't complain with the precision that he has on the ball. But for me, a bit of a danger there. I don't have full confidence in him yet.
No. Interesting comment here from someone from my hometown. Steve Sky Blue says, I'm a Coventry supporter, but I so want to see Newcastle win the Premier League and Sunderland relegated. Of course, Coventry are Sunderland's second most hated side, aren't they? They hate Coventry City. Almost not quite as much as Newcastle, but they do. I don't usually watch international football, so listen to you guys. Get yourself subscribed, Steve. Thanks very much for joining us. Kane needs a rocket or bring him off. And fashion tips here. So I said, Golden top tonight. Sam, you coming on for Pickford in the second half?
Well, this is an Earps top. As much as I love England Pickford, but yeah, I don't think I could have his name on the back of the shirt, obviously. But yeah, that's more club loyalty there. Do you know what I really love to see as well, Billy? I don't know if you know, you probably did notice this actually, just the shithousery that we've got from Bellingham as well. That first half, I want to see more of that aggression, that camaraderie, and getting the crowd going as well.
It is fantastic. Baz Dowlander says Serbia are poor, no pressure, allowing England to control the game. It has been a cakewalk, hasn't it, really?
Yes, I expected so much more. I expected them to really come out the gates and attack us. I think the amount of fouls that they're putting in is probably typical of their physicality. But I did expect to see more press from them. I thought they were going to be far more threatening than they actually are right now. So touch wood that we can actually keep them at bay for the rest of the game and bring home the win with a clean sheet as well.
Yeah, can you see more goals second half for us?
Absolutely, yeah. I think the press is good. Tip of the cap to Southgate. I think he's actually got the tactics right in this one. We've obviously been holding a lot back in those earlier friendlies. So yeah, I'm liking the formation that we've got. It seems to be quite fluid. There's a lot of movement in it. They're not too static in the position, which has given us some options like on and off the ball as well. So it's good to see positionally where we're actually getting into. But again, there is that power struggle with Foden. I think it was Watkins who put in that really great cross that we saw, and just him and Kane both centrally, real missed opportunity there for me.
Will Southgate take the shackles off though? I don't think he will. I think he'll
no.
I think he'll have it as much the same and just stick how it is, really.
Yeah, absolutely. It is Southgate ball. He's the manager after all, and we, as Alex said earlier, this is a point where we need to stop complaining and just really get behind him. But everybody's obviously allowed to have their say on how we are performing tactically for this one. He has it right so far, so I'm looking forward to seeing the second half.
Looks like we have a Magyar in the chat. Mihaly Gulyas, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Serbia needs the Hungarian number 9 unit. Well, they've got enough units up front as it is, to be fair to them. They're not doing anything for them. Yeah, chunks. Trevor McDonald says, Kane off Shearer, why don't you still be quicker? I think you're right. Alex is here. He went to the Poland game. I can only imagine the atmosphere of the England game. Good man. Paul's back with us.
I am indeed. I'm still bewildered. I mean, I'm looking at them average positions for England now on the screen, and you can see there that Saka, by far the most forward England player. But look where our centre forward is.
I mean, for Harry Kane, I think that's his only position.
I mean, that's misleading because that looks like and implies that he's been linking up with Foden and Bellingham when in fact he hasn't. It was once that he's done that.
Yep. Not very good. Connor says, I think the tactics is to give it to Bellingham and he will do something. Yeah, but any team with a talent like Bellingham in the side is going to do that. You know, like you look at all the nations with their top stars, you get them on the ball because they can create something.
To be fair, on the flip side, tactically, there's a lot of positives from this. Declan Rice has been getting involved in the right moments in midfield, not necessarily with tackles, but winning the second balls, making sure that we sort of put out any fires. Guehi has stepped up as well, and he's been fantastic in this first half. He's done exactly what was needed of him, which has obviously been coached and explained and worked on. He's not just suddenly had a switch that's been flipped on. So there has to be some credit going to Southgate and the coaching staff for the setup of this. However, tactically, I'm not as comfortable with certain things as I'm sure a lot of us aren't. You know, with Trippier at left back, I think maybe Gordon might be a bit more effective, offers a bit more width and a bit more defensive solidity as well. And at the moment, I know Harry Kane's world class when he gets in front of goal, but if he's not going to get into those positions, we might as well have Ivan Toney on the pitch. Even though that he put Ollie Watkins on before he will put Ivan Toney on. But
yeah, I've seen a few people commenting as well. You know, had Gordon been on, maybe he would have been at the back post for those two finishes that you know, were screaming out for somebody
good at taking up those positions.
He certainly is. DJ, thank you very much for your super chat. Possession for the sake of it, and not enough conviction so far for me. Happy to be winning, but want to see more. Need a direct left winger like AG or Eze to attack.
I think it's all down to the squad selection in the first place. Southgate's missing the trick by not picking natural left backs. You know, Shaw's injured. He's he's not going to play till the knockout. So take Tyreek Mitchell, take Lewis Shaw, because they have an attacking outlet for us on the left-hand side.
Tomori and Mitchell would have been handy.
Yeah.
I mean, Sam, Southgate's not really going to change it at half-time, I don't think, anyway, because he'll probably go into that dressing room and say, well, we're comfortable. We haven't really been stretched at the back. We've done a good job. But again, when the score's only 1-0, it doesn't matter how much possession you have or how much you've dominated a game. We know as damn well as Newcastle fans how a game can turn very, very quickly.
This is it. We need to step up and kick it into another gear. I would love to see more from Kane. I would definitely like to see Anthony Gordon on as well, obviously. I just think that we need to not sit back and park the bus now at this point. I think that would be very dangerous of us to do. Obviously, we typically like to not lose games, but I'd like to see this as a high scoring game. I would like to see England getting a stride with this ahead of the future games. So for sure, we need to come out of the dressing room thinking, yes, this is an opportunity. We've got them on the ropes at this time. Let's keep the press high.
Foxy says Kane did have an injury in the final Bundesliga games. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. He'll probably score in the second half. Well, the thing is, let's see how he does in the second half, early doors. And if he's still not doing it, then Southgate has to grow some testicles and bring him off. Ian Fleming, who's one of our mods, of course, he's also been a member for 22 months now. Thank you, Ian. Not a bad performance by England, but Kane is invisible. Well, we know that strikers can be invisible, Billy, but then all of a sudden, bang. And Kane's certainly well known for doing that.
Well, if Harry Kane can get a chance, he'll score. That's how he is. He's lethal. But it's getting him in them positions to do it. And he doesn't seem able to do it for himself, which is the worst bit of it for me.
Yeah. Claire says the problem with Southgate is he will continue to play those in poor form just for who they are. Christian says, good afternoon from the sunny Isle of Bermuda. Been trying to super chat, but struggling from the iPad. What am I not doing right? I'm not sure, if I'm openly honest.
I think you have to go onto the YouTube and do it through there, don't you?
Go through the desktop YouTube on your iPad. Rather than the app, go on the desktop and just go to youtube.com and do it that way. I think that'll work for you. Saka has been quality, but will get no credit from the media. And Golden Boy Foden can just do nothing to get away with it. Yeah, Saka's been very good in that first half. He's been very attacking. He's been very open to taking on defenders, which we want to see from Saka. And, of course, got the assist for the goal, whether it was deflected or not. He was the one that put it across. We've seen nothing from Foden. A couple of times in the first 15 minutes, maybe he's linking up with Bellingham, but that's the only thing that's letting us down is the front three at the minute. Well, the front two actually, because I'm not putting Saka in the same conversation.
It's a problem position for us, the left-hand side. Yeah, we've got one player on the bench that's not looked at our position there, and that's Anthony Gordon. So why isn't he playing?
Yeah, Saka will get the credit from us as well. He's won the ball back in a defensive area when it was important. He's been effective offensively. He got an assist. So, yeah, I mean, he does get all the credit. How can you not give him the credit?
Absolutely. John Madoni says Southgate has put out the best team we have tonight, so that last comment is completely wrong. Well, is it the best team available? I said, Alex, I think if you look at form, I think Anthony Gordon is in better form than Phil Foden right now.
I mean, Phil Foden is a better footballer, but again, for a system, Gordon may work better in this match. And I don't think he's even picked the best players for the squad of the tournament. You know, I think Tomori should be in this squad. So I think that's a dull point, really.
There's a lot of comments on social media right now, especially on Twitter, about Phil Foden saying that he doesn't turn up for the big games for England. That's his only downfall so far. We haven't seen Phil Foden do it in a big game for England. Certainly not the same Phil Foden that turns up for Manchester City. Whether you agree with that, I don't know. I'm not sure I do. I think Phil Foden is a quality player. I said that before the start of the game. But if he's not doing it, then other people should be given the opportunity to do it. And certainly where Anthony Gordon's concerned, he should be given the opportunity. And I'm sure Anthony Gordon, had he been on the pitch, Sam, he would have had a goal.
Yeah, for sure. And I think this is a Southgate squad that, we commended him for, being bold in times and not going with favourites. Yet actually there's still the elements that we see of that. And certainly we see it today in the likes of Foden. In the friendlies, he hasn't been himself. We saw that as well when we've got a player like Anthony Gordon on, who can attack, can defend as well, can give us some breadth across the field. Put him in and let's see some magic happen, because I do think that he would be I think he would be an enabler for us to actually step it up a notch.
Yeah. Right. Well, England are back on the field, Sam. So we'll catch you again at full time. Hopefully celebrating a win. Indeed.
Yeah. Catch you later. Bye.
See you, Sam.
So Sam will be back with us, of course, at full time. England are on the pitch. Ilic, I think, is going to come on for Serbia as well. Looks like
Phil Foden, he's not a left-sided forward, is he? He doesn't play there for Manchester City. He looks a floating role. And unfortunately, we have Jude Bellingham, who's better than he is at it.
Well, Ilic is definitely coming on. Where does he play, Alex?
He is a left-footed midfielder for Torino. 3 goals, 2 assists in Serie A this season, 2,000 minutes for them. Looks like he's a bit of a ball carrier. He could do a bit of everything. Tidy in the pass, tidy at ball progression. Profile similarly to Douglas Luiz and James Ward-Prowse, funnily enough.
Well, it's Godelj that's come off. So he's a centre-back, isn't he? So I think, was he a midfielder? Not sure. Anyway, he's come off. Ilic is on. Serbia will kick off for the second half. Just waiting for the referees go ahead here to get the game underway. And there we go. We are off for the second half, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for tuning in to the Toon Review for Matchday Live tonight on this Sunday evening. Please do subscribe if you are new to the channel, but don't forget to hit that like button as well if you are enjoying the commentary. And immediately Serbia have the ball with Mitrovic. Zivkovic inside now to Lukic again, who is very much trying to dictate play from, well, sorry, it's Ilic now on the ball. Lukic on the ball now. Saw a lot of the ball for Serbia first half, but didn't really create anything for them. In fact, Pickford hasn't had to make a save. Let's remember that. But at the moment, Serbia has started with a bit of possession here.
Role reversal.
Indeed. But I guess England just will try and stay as disciplined as they can. But I don't expect England to come flying out the blocks, although I don't think England have ever come flying out the box under Southgate, to be honest.
Well, we've got to be patient to what and aware as to what Serbia might do, because obviously they've had a half-time team talk. They've had a rest. They'll be trying to fix things, and there might be a plan. So we've got to be careful and focused.
Yeah. Great work again by Jude Bellingham. I think the referee's allowed play. I think he was going to give a free kick there, but Serbia held on to the ball. Lukic again. And it's now out to Zivkovic on this right-hand side, but good closing down by Trippier. Forced him to lose the ball. Bellingham now. Trippier. Can't play by Trippier. Rolls it into Bellingham. Bellingham Sweeps the ball brilliantly to Saka. Lovely touch by Saka. On to Alexander-Arnold. Loads of space on the left-hand side for Phil Foden. Kane has the ball and hits the referee. I mean, there's nothing really the referee could do about it. Kane's nodding his head as if to say, I know you couldn't get out the way.
I mean, that's not Kane's fault that the ref is completely inept and in the wrong place.
Bellingham now.
That was the best through ball option, wasn't it?
Kane held it up well. Bellingham runs into basically a three-wall red Serbian shirts there. There's nothing he could have done to get through there. Wanted a free kick, but he was never going to get one in a million years there. I was back with Rajkovic, and he launches it forward again. Good header by Kyle Walker, but bounces at the feet. Ilic now plays it wide. And Serbia can get on the bikes here. Milinkovic-Savic, who wasn't really involved in that first half, I have to say, Lukic, but again, Guehi's there, steps out to take the ball off Vlahovic and gets England back on the ball. Harry Kane now loses it. And then, well, I thought he tripped the Serbian over there, but referee didn't even indicate that it was a free kick. But now Zikovic is making headway forward. Good strong run this from the Serbian, tries to play it in. And eventually, I think it was John Stones stuck a leg out and managed to get the ball. But now a ball out to Saka on the right-hand side. He's got nobody in support, but he does well to hold the ball up here. Pavlovic is all over the back of him, but great play from Saka, but not a great ball. See what he was trying to do there. Played out left because Bellingham took a great spot up on the left-hand side. But where was Foden there? He was miles behind the play.
He let the player go as well when they were attacking. Just let him go. Left Trippier with two.
Pavlovic back to his goalkeeper now. Kane starts to close the keeper down. He goes right-footed along down the field again. No Serbian player there. John Stones knocks it back towards Pickford and then gets a second head on it for his goalkeeper. Rolls it out to Declan Rice. Rice, nice spin on the ball there. Gives himself a bit of space and a bit of time. Still Declan Rice. Lays it off to John Stones. Stones then back to Pickford. Mitrovic closing him down. Pickford calmly out to Declan Rice again. Rice into Foden. I mean, why is Foden there? Why is Phil Foden there?
I mean, since the FA Cup final, Foden's form has been absolutely awful, hasn't it?
I mean, I don't know why he's in his own penalty area wanting the goal kick. He's a front three.
Yeah, he's just trying to get involved, isn't he? A bit like Kane when he drops deep, but he never drops that deep, does he?
No, to be quite honest with you. But the ball's with Kieran Trippier now. Into Guehi. Right-footed across the field to this near side to Kyle Walker. A little pass inside for Rice. Rice out to Saka now on the halfway line. Saka gives it back to Kyle Walker. And Walker back to John Stones.
Declan Rice is so good. He's so good.
I don't like Foden where he is because he's been very clumsy on the ball.
Why give him the ball as well?
I don't understand what position Phil Foden's playing at the minute, to be honest.
I mean, dare I say, I'd rather have Conor Gallagher on at this point and just to shore things up in midfield, be physical, pass it around, retain the ball.
Yeah, Trent lost the ball, but Lukic, Declan Rice does well to win that back. Now Saka tries to get past Pavlovic, but Pavlovic does very well there. And Serbia have the ball back again. They've got a lot more intent about them by the looks of things in the second half, Serbia.
England are sitting back, aren't they?
They are. For some strange reason. Why are they sitting back? Milinkovic-Savic plays it out to the right-hand side to Zivkovic, and he wins a throw-in.
Something must have happened after that whistle went for the half-time and coming out for the second half. I don't know what it was, but we look awful now.
Well, I don't know why we're sitting back against Serbia with a 1-0 lead. I find that astounding, quite honestly. Milinkovic-Savic now tries to get it back to Zivkovic. Good work by Bellingham. Serbia thought the ball had gone out of play, but referee says play on. Guehi's got to be quick here. And Pickford left-footed long up the field.
We're putting ourselves under pressure. It's madness. Go on, Cara. Go on, Harry.
Oh, he's never gonna get there. Milenkovic back to the goalkeeper. Well, a very uninspiring first 6.5 minutes of the second half, I have to say, given all England's possession in the first half. it is clear that rules have been reversed a little bit for this first part of the second half.
Typical Southgate, isn't it?
Well, yeah, let's not lose the game now is probably the instructions. Milinkovic-Savic clicks one forward to Vlahovic, takes it down, goes past Guay. Chance here. Oh, it's a big opportunity. But he couldn't get on the end of it. I think it was the substitute. But here's Pavlovic now. He might take an opportunity to shoot. Gives it to Mitrovic. Mitrovic on the edge of the box. Clips it through, but it goes all the way through to Pickford. And, well, Mitrovic not happy with Zivkovic there. But,
well, based on the first part of this second half, Saka is not focusing, lost the physicality, and Foden's doing the same. I'd have both of them off with sort of Gallagher or Bowen, a couple of players like that. Just need a bit more oomph.
Here's Harry Kane now on the halfway line for England. Back to Kyle Walker. I think they try to get back the possession and dominance that they had in the first half. It's with John Stones. I mean, Pickford's seen the ball way more in the first 6-7 minutes of this second half than he did in the whole of the first half. Not exactly inspiring at the moment.
This is down to the half-time team talk for me. We've come out a different side completely to the first half.
Yeah.
It's if to say we've got a goal lead. That's enough for us. Let's sit back on it. It's ridiculous.
Saka, that's a good flick on for Phil Foden, but Foden can't get there. I thought he was actually fouled there, but nothing given from the referee. Velkovic went in very hard. Nah, there's nothing in that for me. Seeing that on the replay. And Serbia rebuild again. With Zivkovic. I mean, they're passing it around with a lot more freedom than they were in the first half. They couldn't string a pass together. And now they look like the side that could probably get the next goal in this game.
We're just very timid, aren't we? Very timid.
Lukic bringing the ball for... It looks like we're afraid.
Standing off. Look, I'm standing off, look.
Yeah, we're afraid for some reason. Lukic now for Serbia as they start to rebuild again down the far side here. Milinkovic-Savic plays a ball down, looking for the run of Zivkovic, but it's overhit and out for a goal kick.
If Gareth Southgate's whole team talk and tactical nous is about Serbia being shite, it's horrific. It really is.
Yep. Very, very disappointing start to the second half. No doubt about that. Pickford with the goal kick, left-footed, long, looking for Kane, doesn't win it, and now it's Mitrovic for Serbia. Not the best ball by Mitrovic, but he's going to win the ball back. Kane falls over, tries to grab the football, and I mean, I don't think Harry Kane was fouled there. I think he threw himself to the floor and tried to grab the football, and the referee's bought that, so we've got away with one. Yeah, look, Southgate just looks so uninspiring on the touchline, though. Just so uninspiring. However, we're still winning. That's the main thing, guys.
We are literally playing with 8 men at the minute, though. The front three have just stopped, haven't they?
Yep.
That's why we're dropping deeper and deeper, because we've got nothing up front. Nothing.
And again, Bellingham looking for a pass. There just isn't one there. Trent Alexander-Arnold now for England. Sees the run of Foden on the left-hand side. Wonderful ball from Trent. It's actually Kieran Trippier who's furthest forward. It wasn't Foden. Here's Kane. Foden's in the middle. Here is Foden. Little 1-2 with Bellingham. Now Declan Rice onto Trent. Trent may hit this. He does hit this straight at the goalkeeper who very unfashionably punches it. Kyle Walker now to Saka. Saka inside to Bellingham. Bellingham, 4 Serbians come towards him, but he still does very well to hold them off. Declan Rice now. Lovely ball through for Trent. Trent down the right-hand side, pulls the ball back. Bellingham again. Good tackle.
That is a good tackle.
It had to be as well, or Bellingham would have just had it. It was a penalty. I mean, if he'd brought him down, but he had to time that perfectly, and he did. And Serbia get the ball away. Declan Rice, good interception. England now starting to rev up again in the second half. Here's Foden. There's the ball down to Saka. Both our wingers on the same side of the pitch here.
Yeah, we
I
were just
don't-
waiting for a bit of a spell of possession. But again, good from Trent there. This is what we want, the kind of positions for Trent to be in, to pick his head up, find a runner. Everybody moves forward. And again, that was you matched Alan Shearer's commentary there, Paul, with your comment. That tackle had to be timed to perfection for Bellingham to not get a penalty for us, and it was.
Oh, we're giving the ball away again.
Oh, Gahey.
Declan Rice to sweep up the pieces. Guehi apologises.
So good, isn't he, Rice? So good.
Yeah, he was right on hand to help Guehi out there. And to be fair, Guehi apologises for the only thing he's done wrong in this match so far, to be fair to the Crystal Palace man. And now Trent on the ball again. Saka's come very much inside here. I don't understand where the front three is supposed to be.
Oh, Bellingham.
I'm trying to work out what formation we're playing here, and it's bizarre.
I think they just interchanging to kind of stump the defence, isn't it? They're just basically being fluid, aren't they?
Well, I guess so, but it's Trent again looks for the runner Harry Kane, but Kane's just not with it tonight. He's just not with it. He's got to try and stay forward to give us an option, though. If Kane's coming right back to help out, then there's nobody in that forward position going to cause any problem.
It only works if someone runs past him. And at the minute, we're not, are we?
No. Anyway, Saka's come back out to this near side now. As Serbia bring the ball forward again. Milenkovic out to Pavlovic inside. Good ball, that. And now Serbia on the attack. And there's a big chance again. Great defending, John Stones. Oh, was there a push by Kieran Trippier there? Serbia feel that there should have been a penalty on Mitrovic. He went flying. And the VAR will definitely have a look at this. I mean, the beautiful move from Serbia, to be honest. Stones did brilliantly to get the pace off the ball. But was that a shove by Kieran Trippier?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Just seen it again now.
Shoulder to shoulder for me.
Shoulder to shoulder?
I think so. I don't think
Come on,
Billy. No hand on him.
Billy, that is.
I don't think you can give that as a penalty.
I don't think it's a penalty. But the way they carved us open there was very interesting. I mean, great bit of football. John Stones does really, really well in the end to take the pace off the ball. But this angle here, Billy, I'm not sure you can say shoulder to shoulder. It's sort of a left arm.
Maybe there is an arm in the back.
Oh, I tell you what. I think
he's out-strengthened him. I think it's a good challenge.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that would be a very soft pen for a guy like Mitrovic as well.
Well, it's another substitution for Serbia. Jovic is coming on.
Oh, Luka Jovic.
Luka Jovic, indeed.
It's my name drop. I got a selfie with him at the Cellar Cup.
I don't know who he's coming on for. Just about to say Mitrovic. Well, Mitrovic is coming off. Sorry for another one.
Get out of the way.
Is that Tadic?
Yeah, Dusan Tadic. Yeah.
Mitrovic doesn't look happy at all.
Two very positive substitutions there. To be able to bring Jovic and Tadic on is good for Serbia.
Absolutely. Mitrovic having a word with himself as he's coming off the field. I wouldn't speak to him for the next at least hour. And Lukic is coming off as well. Interesting. Lukic, I think, has played very well for Serbia tonight. So I'm not too bothered about seeing the back of him, to be honest. But Tadic and Jovic, very interesting.
A bit more creativity, isn't there?
Yeah, Tadic takes the captain's armband. And Serbia throw it back to Jordan Pickford. I don't know what Kyle Walker's complained about. I think it was good of Serbia to give us the ball back. 61 minutes gone. It is still England 1, Serbia 0. 13th minute header from Jude Bellingham. Kane now trying to win the ball. Does well. Goes down. Wins a free kick.
Well played, Harry. That's the best thing he's done all game.
Yep. I did have a feeling that he'd go down in the end, which he did.
What time are we making substitutions then, guys?
Well, I don't
8
know.
o'clock, 67 minutes.
67,
So far,
yeah.
I mean, how many they made now? 4?
All of them. I don't think they
Yeah.
can make any more. They've made 3 different substitutions, haven't they?
Yeah, three
Oh, yes, they have.
stages
One at half
of
time, and then yeah, one at half time, and 2 during the second half.
One before half time, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, there was one before half time. You're right. An injury.
Oh, get out of it, you funny.
That was an exceptional theatrical throw to the floor
what
there.
An absolute minge.
Don't think he's ever been called that in his life, Billy, quite honestly, but there you go.
Mingic.
Mingic. Dear God. Anyway, Serbia have the ball again. But with Tadic and Jovic, Alex, they've got some very, very good players, coming off the bench there.
Yeah, well, Tadic has been scoring goals for fun for a very long time now, and Jovic, his time at Real Madrid didn't work out, but he's still a top level striker. So it's great experience and talent that they've been able to bring on. So we've still got to be very careful. And Vlahovic is still on the pitch, may I add?
Well,
I think
so is Milinkovic Savic.
He is,
yeah,
yeah,
he is. Number 7, yeah. But again, Serbia asking questions of England here, knocking the ball around in England's half, trying to break down Pavlovic now. But again, England forcing them back. I mean, they haven't really threatened here. They are having a bit more possession, but not really cutthroat at the moment. I mean, he's one touch short of passes, not getting them anywhere at the minute. They need to make that killer pass. Pavlovic down the line. Oh, that's a lovely flick. Brilliant football from Serbia. Milinkovic Savic. What a flick that was. The ball comes across, headed back in. And it's...
could have come and got that, couldn't he?
Bellingham's header. I mean...
well done, Trippier.
But what a touch that was by Milinkovic Savic, guys. Lovely little flick.
I don't know if you guys noticed in the previous passage of play there, Bellingham went to press and Kane didn't help him, and Bellingham was frustrated at that. You could see it visibly.
Cross into the box again. Foden takes it down and clears.
Oh, that's well played.
Anywhere it'll do for England at the minute. 64 minutes gone. England 1, Serbia 0. Thank you once again for joining Matchday Live on the Toon Review. Please do subscribe if you are new to the channel, bottom right-hand corner. But don't forget to hit that like button, guys, if you're enjoying the commentary tonight. As Serbia once again start up again, trying to find a way through. This is Ilic. Good ball. Milinkovic Savic again getting a lot. He's getting more and more on the ball in this second half than what we saw of him in the first, guys, and he's having a big influence.
Yeah, we're in panic mode now.
Trippier's gone in there and he hasn't made it. Oh, and again, it was Tadic this time, couldn't take the ball. In fact, was it Jovic or Tadic there? Big chance.
I mean, I don't know what Trippier's doing now. Oh, that's awful.
Dear me, he just couldn't take it, Tadic. No, it was a good ball into Jovic, and he couldn't take it. If he took that in his stride, Alex, I think that was 1-1.
Yeah, it was reckless from Trippier there. He's going in against 2 players trying to win the ball. Tadic was nearly in. It was just the first touch that let him down. I think it's time for some subs. We need to wrestle some control of this game.
Good play from Kane. Really good play.
That was really good.
Speaking of wrestling.
Yeah, he did really well there, Harry Kane, to hold that up. Look at Bellingham. He's just out to wind anybody up.
Mick, it's not 1-1.
Sorry? Yeah,
Mick's put 1-1 in the chat.
Unless he thinks that's going to be the full-time score.
Oh, potentially.
King Huddle says, I've said this many times, England are at their worst when they're ahead. Well, I mean, we've seen that in tournaments gone by, haven't we? Anyway, Harry Kane now leaves one for Alexander-Arnold, and England are going to have a corner. Still no sign of any changes from Southgate. Certainly the camera's not panning to the bench expecting any changes soon.
Well, I agree with Foxy's comment there. I'd like Gallagher on for Trent. Although Trent's not been bad in the last sort of 10 or 15 minutes, I'd like a bit more physicality, a bit more oomph and aggression. Gallagher does offer that. We need to just ball retention at this point.
I do apologise if I've gone a bit blurry on YouTube. My internet has dropped connection quite substantially. It'll set itself again, hopefully, shortly.
We have started going a bit long ball as well, which is kind of negating the midfield, isn't it?
It is going to be Trent to take this corner for England. Can we get a second and make this a little bit more comfortable for ourselves? Trent with the corner. It's an outswinger straight down the keeper's throat, who punches. And England have to regroup again. Alexander-Arnold. Long ball towards Harry Kane. Well, it was John Stones, actually, furthest forward for England there. Now Bellingham. Cuts onto his right foot, then onto his left foot. A little bit of a jinking. Harry Kane on the end of the box. Bellingham completely ignores and puts a beautiful ball in, but the goalkeeper catches it. That's where Harry Kane needs to be. He needs to be in the box, not sitting on the end of the box there. He's our number 9.
Frustrated. Yeah, he's a target man, isn't he?
Well, of course he is. There's nobody else got the height.
He's not even in the
presence.
frame, is he?
Ridiculous, man. Maybe that's a message to Harry Kane saying, look, get your ass in the box. You're our bloody striker. Get in there.
Or get your ass on the bench, more to the point.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Zivkovic for Serbia. As they try and knock on the door, trying to break England down for an equaliser. In it comes towards Vlahovic. Cleared away. Only as far as Milinkovic-Savic. Plays it wide. Not a very good ball by him. Mats, thank you for being a member for 17 months. 100% Eddie is going to manage England, maybe in months, maybe in years, but it's going to happen. Well, it will happen eventually, yes, but hopefully not at the moment. And a change, and it is Trent coming off for Conor Gallagher.
Well, that's what you asked for.
Yeah, crystal ball change there. Hopefully it works.
68 minutes. Eddie, how the clock?
Yeah, you were bloody close, Billy, there.
Just seen that shot again from Trent, which the goalkeeper, well, punched away.
Where are Serbia in the rankings? They are 33rd. And we are 4th, surprisingly.
Sometimes amazes me how high we are up when we watch us play. It's mental. Anyway, Zivkovic is going to take this throw, and it looks like it's coming long into the penalty area here. No, he goes short. Trying to get the ball into the penalty area. Tadic, that's a good bit of play. Cleared across. Saka's got to be careful here. It's a back header. Managed to clear it, sort of.
No foul, Connor.
And Gallagher did well there. Blocked the
ball.
Got
an inevitability about this game, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Billy,
we've seen it. We've seen it, but we've seen it a million times with England, haven't we? We really have.
Well, it's been a very different second half performance to the first. No doubt about that. Oh, Pickford punches.
What catch you smack 'em twat?
Played back in again. I think that's overhit. That's going to roll out for a goal kick. Pickford apologises, but I mean, he gets a good solid punch on it, to be fair to him, but there was nobody on him. Unless he thought Jovic was making more of a challenge than he was, and he felt like he had to punch that just for safety. Oh, Kane taken out there, and it's a free kick. Martin says that red time clock is awful. Can't read it. Martin, I can't change the time clock colour. I do, but I can listen. I can look at my screen now and quite clearly read 70:43. I don't know why it's blurry on your screen, mate, but I can quite clearly read that. I think you should be getting yourself a Specsavers, Martin, mate. Now, can we do something with this free kick? Tadic organising his defenders. In it comes towards the back post, and it is headed away. Comes to Saka. Saka in a lot of space here, a lot of time to pick his man out. He goes to the back post. Declan Rice nods it back across, and it's deflected straight to the goalkeeper.
Could have gone anywhere, couldn't it?
Yeah, you see what Rice was trying to do there. Look at Bellingham hiding behind the goalkeeper there. He's not going to fall for that, Jude. Milenkovic, long ball from the centre back. England, I mean, I'm struggling to see how Foden's still on the pitch. He's literally done nothing for England tonight. And I'm not having a dig at Foden. He's just not played well.
Yeah, I'd prefer somebody a bit more physical. It doesn't even have to be Gordon. You know, we can move the Newcastle bias out of this. I'd just prefer a bit more physicality and somebody who's going to help defensively.
It's a clash from Bellingham, though. Just so shithousery. That's what we love to see. Saka now, good strength. Plays it left, and it picked up by Jude Bellingham, who was in an awful lot of space on this left-hand side for England. Trippier on the overlap. Bellingham gives it to Trippier, then heads towards the penalty area. Back to Foden. Foden knocks it to Declan Rice. Out to Trippier again on the left-hand side. Back to Declan Rice. Rice forward to Bellingham again, just on the edge of the box. Now Phil Foden, out to Trippier.
No left foot, so he's going to come back inside every time.
There's not...
Most I'm giving him.
Declan Rice again. Phil Foden. Saka. Foden. All down the left-hand side at the moment, but England struggling to try and break down Serbia. It's back with Guehi now. Declan Rice again. Inside to Foden. Back to Stones on the halfway line for England. Stones brings it forward and then stops. Gives it to Foden. Awful ball into Bellingham. And a free kick to Serbia.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, but it was an awful pass from Foden. Come on. I mean, it was a terrible pass. And to be fair, I think
it was poor.
It was a poor ball. I mean, it should have been. It should have been on to Bellingham to run onto. Another
How many more changes they making?
Hey, well, maybe it is 5. They'll know.
Maybe they got a buy for the injury sub, possibly.
That's only for concussion, though, isn't it?
Well, it might be different rules for this tournament. You never know. They do change things, don't they?
They've brought Birmingham on.
They have. And now Tadic trying to break some England walls down, but doesn't. England get it back with Foden now. He brings it forward. Nothing much ahead of him. Lays it back to Trippier. Trippier does well. Gets it back to Foden. Foden now deciding to go on a run. He's taken out. Free kick to England. Foul by Tadic. He's not happy with the referee either. I mean, Serbia have been as physical as they probably were expected to be tonight. We're coming into the 75th minute. I'm struggling to know how England have only made one change in this game.
We are still winning, guys. A lot of negativity in the chat. I appreciate it. To win the tournament, we need to take a couple more steps up. 100%, I agree. But we are winning this game. So,
yeah. And Saka is now coming off for Bowen. So no Anthony Gordon or no left-hand side change. I think Saka's done all right tonight. Alex?
To be fair, he's done well in the last 5 minutes, Saka. He's actually won his most recent physical duels. It was early doors in the second half he was struggling, so a little bit odd. I would have thought Foden would have gone off first, but yeah, Bowen's a fine substitution.
Well, a lot of the England substitutes are still on their arse with the bibs on, so I don't think we're going to see many more changes. 15 minutes to go in the game, or just under, of normal time. It is still 1-0 to England. But it has not been an inspiring second half. I think we can safely say that so far. That's a foul by Milinkovic-Savic. Gallagher pushed to the floor. Keith says, problem for me, Kane wants to come to a number 10 position, Bellingham to and Foden. No natural width on the left, Southgate at fault.
I agree with him.
Yeah, they all do want to play that number 10 position.
There's a lot of
truth. You can see that. Here's Jared Bourne's first touch of the match, and he gets to the byline, puts in a beautiful ball. Kane off the crossbar. I think the keeper touched it onto the bar.
It's a great save, that is.
It was a beautiful ball in from Bourne, and that's exactly why we need Kane in that position. But it's a brilliant save onto the crossbar, and Serbia get away with it. Brilliant work from Bourne, straight to the byline. Beautiful cross. Kane uses all his strength. And what a save that is, by the way.
He should have scored. He should have scored, though, shouldn't he?
Well,
brilliant save.
He does try and put it back across the goalkeeper, but
he does.
To be fair, the goalkeeper makes a very, very good save.
Yeah, I can't blame Kane for that. Bowen, by the way, fantastic, just coming on to get that cross in, getting into the byline. I think Kane does everything right. He leaps well. He puts it back across goal. It's just a fantastic save.
Michael McIntyre, thank you for your super sticker. Much appreciated.
I think if he heads it down, would he scores?
Yeah, I think the angle that Kane was coming onto it though would have. Here's Tadic with the cross, headed away. Only out to the right hand side. Serbia trying to get the ball back in. Tries to nutmeg Trippier. He's having none of that. Gets it back to Pickford, and Pickford launches it forward to clear for England. Kane going against Milenkovic there. Doesn't win the ball, and Serbia have it back. 13 minutes of normal time to go. Still 1-0 to England. Zikovic trying to get a ball in from the right-hand side. Serbia again knocking on the door, but that's not great play from Milinkovic-Savic, and he's lost the ball. Bellingham now up to Harry Kane. Harry Kane brings the ball forward for England, but again, there's not much up with Harry Kane, to be fair to him, but he does well. Foden. That's awful from Phil Foden. What the fuck, man?
That's absolutely dreadful.
Yeah, get him off now. Foden off, please. Gordon on. It's time.
It'll probably be Eze on for him, though.
I mean, look,
but
it's anybody. And again, like Alex said, no Newcastle bias. Gordon or Eze should be on the pitch. Foden has had a stinking game, and that is just proof of it. We had a good break on there, and that pass was hit with so much...
That was just shit, wasn't it?
Bollocks!
I'd even prefer Palmer at this point. Any of the above. Just
By the
someone
way, Kieran Trippier's down on the far side.
Oh, dear. Well, we ain't got anybody to replace you with, mate, so...
Well,
this, this doesn't look good, by the way.
Yeah, with Joe Gomez, wasn't it?
But what a ball that is from Foden. And I think Kane did everything he possibly could there, given the challenge the defender was making. I think that's just a tremendous save.
It is a brilliant save. There's no doubt about it. It is a brilliant save. But I just think that far out from goal, when you're supposedly the best striker in the world, I think you should be scoring. But maybe you would have been a foul anyway, because it wasn't pushing the back.
Billy, I tell you what, you are a proper cowl at times. I think you've been listening to Alex too much.
Only about Harry Kane.
That is very harsh, even for me. I think that's quite harsh.
Oh, dear.
Put it this way, Alan Shearer would have scored that. No doubt about it. 100 times out of 100.
Maybe. Trippier looks okay. Billy, support your national side.
I do. I'm just not a fan of having a statue up front.
I'm not sure what the injury to Trippier is. It looks like maybe hamstring or calf. I presume that's a hamstring, the way he's stretching on the...
Or cramp, maybe.
He's having a bit of banter with the England fans on that side. But we've got 10 minutes left of this game. I would assume that there's going to be plenty injury time as well at the end of this one.
What was that? Was that a little injection he just used?
I have no idea.
Pen or something funny like that.
Well, technology these days, Alex, I mean, what can you say? He's back on the pitch anyway.
He's running around, isn't he?
Seems to be.
Maybe he's giving him a left foot. Maybe that's what that injection was.
You get outside wrong side of the bed this morning, Mr. Trey. Anyway,
that was Serbia. Good for Conor Gallagher.
I thought it was,
anything wrong with it.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say England are hanging on here because they're not really hanging on. But at 1-0, you just never know, especially with England. Here's Ilic for Serbia trying to get forward. They are going more to the wings now, and they are immediately trying to get the ball in the box as they have done here. Cleared by Kyle Walker. Good clearance up by Walker as well. Good volley away. And again, Tadic is going to clip one towards the penalty area, towards Jovic. Headed away again Bounces loose. Vlahovic on his left foot, and Pickford has to tip it over. It's a really good save. But that's what Vlahovic can do on the spin. And nearly an equaliser. A shot out of nothing. And Pickford has to deal with it.
He has no right to get that anywhere near the goal, does he? He's not even looking at the goal.
No.
Outstanding effort.
Incredible effort. And again, England have to defend a corner here, and they have some big men up to the Serbians. Tadic is going to take the corner. Left-footed outswinger towards the 6-yard line. Cleared away well by England. Shot comes in again. And it's Harry Kane in front of the goalkeeper, and England get a free kick eventually. Jordan, I mean, everybody's celebrating with Harry Kane there as if he scored a goal. I mean, surely Pickford would have had that had it got past Harry Kane. We've just seen that Vlahovic shot again. I mean, it was, to be fair to Pickford, it was curling away from him. And he had to deal with that. Yeah, it is.
A really, really good save.
King Hoddle says, Kane saved the goal. Take that, Billy.
Get him some blood. Put him in the net then.
To be fair, Pickford had that all day long had Kane not got there. He's right behind him. Anyway, Pickford takes the free kick for England. Long again towards Kane. Milenkovic wins that. I mean, he's had Kane's number most of this game, to be fair. Milenkovic.
Is that James Maddison warming up? Oh, no, he's not there, is he?
Referee waves play on. Vlahovic isn't very happy with that decision, but Guehi plays it forward towards the right-hand side. And it is a throw into England halfway through the Serbian half. I mean, have you seen anything, guys, that indicates that England could win this tournament tonight?
As we can keep Bellingham on the ball as much as possible, maybe.
There are glimpses, but we're going to have to improve significantly. We need Shaw to get back to fitness. Again, he's going to be match fit quick enough, maybe not. We need Kane to get into it more. We need Foden to switch on. We need a lot of things to happen to be in contention, put it that way.
That's an awful throw from Kyle Walker, by the way. I mean, throws it across the 18-yard box to absolutely nobody. And Serbia have it again with Tadic, but great play by Bellingham getting back to win the ball. Tadic just really slow there for his quality. Didn't realise Bellingham was coming in so quick from the other side.
He must be some age, Tadic. He's been out in the Premier League for how many years?
Chipper says the lack of subs has been alarming. Yeah, we've only made 2. Very strange. Here's Jude Bellingham. Lovely spin away. Brilliant from Bellingham. To Harry Kane now. Kane can go left to trip you, but that's awful from Kane as well. And the ball is given away. Vlahovic goes after Guehi and wins a throw in for Serbia. Terrible play that by England. And that's awful from Serbia as well. Getting very scrappy in the last few minutes of this game here. Here's Harry Kane. Vlahovic all over him. Kane goes to the floor again. Bangs the floor in frustration.
That's good sense of forward play.
I'm not so sure we've got what it takes to win this tournament, guys. I'm really not. I don't want to seem downbeat, but I don't think, I mean, Mainoo's coming on now for Jude Bellingham.
I said to Stato yesterday, all the games have been really open and fantastic games, but you can guarantee when England play, it won't be like that, and prove the point.
I'm not so sure about this substitution, guys. Mainoo for Bellingham. I think Foden should be off. I don't know how he's still on the pitch. He must have some photographs.
Well, the thing is, we're 1-0 down. We're 1-0 up, and he takes Bellingham off and puts on a young kid when we're holding on to a 1-0 lead.
Well, he's the crown jewel, isn't he? He's the. If we're going to get anywhere, it's going to be through him. So I guess he's wrapping him up in cotton wool. But the game's not over yet. No. The game is definitely not over yet.
Well, Gordon ain't coming on because he's still got his sweatshirt and bib and everything else. So I'll just worry we're going to drop too deep now with Mainoo on the pitch.
Yeah, Gallagher, Rice, Mainoo. I'm not sure. Anyway, we've got just under 4 minutes left of the 90. But I tell you what, the second half's been terrible from England. Let's be honest. It has been terrible. And I just think there's so many better teams who will absolutely punish us You know, Serbia have had a lot of the ball in the second half, but the players that some of the opposition have in this tournament who can actually hurt you, I think we've got a lot of improvement to do. I don't subscribe to us being one of the favourites. I never have, to be honest, but you never know. We may improve. But right now, we need to... Foden's just... dear me. Manu did well there. Here's Foden now, trying to drive England out from the back. Hits the back of Veljkovic. Goes down holding his face. I mean, he didn't even bang his face there. Why is he holding his face?
Not sure there's a foul there. I mean, where's the Serbian player meant to go?
Exactly. I mean, he's just running. He's running backwards. Dear me. Anyway,
2.5 minutes. This is.
Yeah, England have dropped right back now. Serbia definitely are going to be asking questions. In comes a cross. Good header away. John Stones. Fabulous header. Kane now tries and brings it away for England, but he's lost the ball.
Of course he has. He's fucking, what's he doing?
Bowen goes down. Looks like a Serbian throw-in. Referee agrees. And Serbia have the ball with Milinkovic-Savic. They are definitely asking questions. England have dropped so far back.
Negative. Second half's been so negative.
Yep. You could tell they came out for the second half, and you could tell what the instructions from the manager were. You could see it straight away. Milinkovic-Savic is going to hit one, and that goes over the bar, not too far away. But luckily for England, it sails wide. Well, it was quite a way off, actually. Wide.
All right, Jordan, take a yellow now. Take it slow.
I can't believe we're actually saying that against Serbia, but never mind.
Well, I mean, a few people have made a couple of comments like this. It's the group stage. You know, we haven't ironed everything out yet. We can't be much worse than this, really, for a win. So we just need to get through and get some points.
Fact of the matter is, it's a win in the group stages, and then you're only looking at another point to get through to the next round, and then you go again. Kane. I think Kane's hold-up play has been better second half. I mean, yeah, I think he's done much better holding the ball up and winning free kicks for us. But I just think that, that I generally thought after the first half display we could get 3 or 4 goals against these, but
that's good play.
We just ain't seen nothing moving forward.
Better for England, this.
Yeah, holding on to the ball now, running the clock down. We're inside the final minute of the game, but I think there will be quite a few minutes of additional time given the subs. Foden plays a ball forward and again doesn't find his man. Jesus,
it's funny.
I cannot believe Foden has played the full game. I cannot believe it. 4 minutes of additional time, guys.
Wow, considering Serbia made about 19 substitutions.
Keith Oliver says, first 30 minutes, great. They change it and we don't adapt. Gordon on the left would have shit all over them. Yeah, but that's called positivity, Keith, which our manager does not have. This second half has been as bad as you're going to see. I just think the likes of France, etc., we play like this, they'll destroy us. Let's be honest.
I think we'll be better against someone like France, so if I'm perfectly honest.
Yeah, well, maybe that's the case. Maybe it's against the top quality opposition. We up our game. I mean, we've seen that with England in the past, haven't we?
Mm.
I mean, Bruno's magic hat does make a good point after seeing Germany's open game. I don't know about Spain. I think Spain, you can have at Spain's defence. But Germany, I'd be terrified of playing them at the moment.
Germany look really good, yeah. Of course,
we definitely need to grow into this.
We'll see France play tomorrow night, of course, at 8:00. So we'll see them for the first time in the tournament. I still make the French favourites. I just think that they've got quality everywhere.
What are we doing tomorrow? Are we going to do France?
Yeah,
if you want to, yeah, absolutely. There will be a Newcastle United show tomorrow, guys, because I need to bring you up to date with some Newcastle United news. So 11:30 as usual. Hopefully you can all make it. We had over 1,000 watching on the last one, so incredible. Declan Rice with a free kick for England, who are definitely playing for the win now because there's nobody in the penalty area. Commentators are poor. Jay So saying commentators are poor, saying it's hard to judge Foden's performance. How is it hard?
He's been shit. Simple as that.
Yeah, he's been very poor. Poor on the ball, poor off the ball.
I don't understand how they can say.
Runs, but
how is it hard to judge his performance? Have they not watched the same game as us? Foden is a brilliant footballer, but he hasn't played well tonight.
That's not his position. Left wing is not his position. Simple as that.
It's not. Good work by Jared Bowen there.
Just trying to pigeonhole plays into spots with square peg and round holes.
Yeah. Hey guys, remember Argentina lost to Saudi Arabia in the group stages and then went on to win the World Cup.
So Serbia should be the favourites to win this tournament.
Oh dear. Good work again there by Bowen, doing some good defensive work here in injury time. Bellingham's got a big smile on his face, so he thinks the game's won.
I mean, that was a good sub, to be fair. I liked Bowen for Saka. It was the right time. I just feel like he needs to make the same kind of sub with Foden as well. It makes sense.
The Magpie game are asking when Foden actually played well. When was Foden's last good game for England?
Got to shout there, Pickford, and come and claim that. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Tristan, thank you very much for your super chat. Not the best performance, but nobody wins a trophy in the first game of the tournament. Next match has to be better.
I agree. Harry Kane's playing the ref brilliantly, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, we're in the last minute of injury time. Pickford has come way out his goal to take this free kick. This will just be launched forward. Towards Harry Kane and doesn't jump for the ball. Gallagher nods it down, flicked on by Foden. And cleared again by Serbia. The 94 minutes are up, and there you go. That is it for the first game of Euro 2024 for England. We have 3 points in the bag. Less than convincing, I have to say, but hey, it's 3 points, guys. And that's, at the end of the day, you know,
it's coming home, Paul.
Back. Alex, that's a very bold statement. Very bold statement.
We will win the lot.
Hey, listen, I would love to see England win the tournament. I really would, but on that performance, I'm not seeing a performance from a team that can win the tournament. I think there's better teams, but that's not the players. I'm blaming the manager. I am blaming whatever he said to them at half time was just let's not lose this game, guys. Let's not take a risk going forward.
That's exactly what he did.
Let's hold on to the ball.
I did say that, though, didn't I? As they came out of the second half, I said, right, well, Serbia are going to come out with a game plan and a different game plan, and you're going to tweak things, and we're going to need to respond to that accordingly. And we didn't really do that at all.
Yep.
I'm not sure even if they hadn't changed, though. I think he would have sat deep second half and just soaked it up. I think that's his way of doing things. He's a very negative manager, isn't he? Very negative.
Well, the England fans look in full voices. May they well be, but.
He's more Serbian than the goalkeeper. That bloke there with the reserve goalkeeper. Christ almighty.
You know what? I'd sum that game up as just uninspiring. I thought first 15 minutes, we had a lot of intent in that first 15 minutes. And that it really looked positive, like we were actually going out and attacking them. A lot of possession first half. Probably should have had a couple of more goals had we had a left-sided player playing in the right position to tap a couple of them in. But then second half, my God, it was just shite. Anyway, Lady Sam's with us. Sam, I've just said there, second half, the word I'd use is uninspiring. What did you think?
Yeah, I think Southgate is about as inspiring as a wet dressing gown sleeve, and I think the performance showed that. This is what we've seen in the warm-ups, that lackluster performance. Like, we just lost our vigour and sat back and went deep. What's wrong with trying to win something in style? But you know what? I'm getting off on the wrong foot. We've got the 3 points. It's a win. It's a good start to the campaign. Things to iron out, of course. Every team will have. Let's just get a bit more cohesion. Let's get a bit more vigor when we're on the pitch. And sub, please, my goodness, Foden. Really disappointing performance from him tonight.
Yeah. Francisco's asking when the Premier League fixtures come out. I think it's sometime this week, isn't it?
I think so, or next week or two, definitely.
Definitely within the next couple of weeks, definitely. Somebody in the chat might put us right on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. I mean, Sam, did you see anything in that performance which goes on to say that we can maybe, win the tournament? Because we were saying in commentary that maybe just when we come up against, the world-class opposition, that's when we seem to step up our game and we match them. But is it down to the manager? Does that worry you?
Yes. Yes, it does. It does worry me. I do think it's down to the manager. I don't want to have to rely on one or two shining star players like the elite Bellingham for us to be contenders in this competition. And when we come up against the teams like France, like if we put in the same sort of performance, we will fail, we will concede. So I don't know whether this is part of the game plan, that we don't actually win these, with all due respect to Serbia, the sort of teams at the lower end of the table, that we don't put in those types of performances, that we just want to win comfortably in defense, so we keep our players safe. Like maybe that's where we go to, and we start stepping it up once we progress through the group stages, perhaps. Yeah,
Alex, I know you've got to shoot, matey, so we'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see you guys tomorrow, everyone.
All right. Good night, bud. Good night. I mean, Billy, look, Gordon wasn't involved at all tonight, and neither was Eze. None of them seemed to. I mean, we saw Eze warming up, but there was about 5 minutes left in the game, so he clearly wasn't going to use Gordon or Eze tonight. Do you think that's a factor that he might use them in the next game, or do you think he just goes with what he had tonight?
He may change. He may have to. 2 games in 4 days or whatever it is. Maybe he'll rotate a little bit, but there'll be certain players that will play every game. That's for certain. Just seems to me like he's got a list of players in ranks of where they are, and they have to. The next one player's injured, the next one comes in. It doesn't matter what position they are, and he'll shoehorn them in. Yeah. England managers should be picking the best players at that position that's available to them. And Southgate doesn't ever.
Look, we've won, Sam. That's the main thing, isn't it? And in group games, we've seen many times in some of the group games, you start very slowly into tournaments. But I guess the worry is for England that we've been very lackluster coming into the tournament as well. We haven't played very well. Tonight, something changed again at half time. We were comfortable at half time, weren't we? And then, for some reason, we don't go and kill the game off.
Yeah, and I think that's particularly frustrating for me, that we were quite comfortable in the first half. We looked threatening as well, and then just it came out the blocks in the second, and it got to that really frustrating, like, Southgate ball watch. It was just, why are we back to playing like this? I did like the fluidity in the formation. I did think we were a lot more mobile at times, which is great, and probably, to Billy's point, makes it easier for the sort of, the succession list where he shoehorns people in, because that's the sort of formation that we're currently playing in. I just think, for me, playing in that way and sitting back and allowing the other team to get opportunities is how you lose, is how you get kicked out of the competition. We shouldn't be letting other teams, have opportunities. We should be going for this, winning comfortably, like at least 2-0. I actually thought that Serbia were poorer than I expected. I thought they would have really been more scoring, more high press, more intensity, especially their physicality, which we didn't really see. And I think that was really lucky for us tonight.
I must admit, Billy, I was just, as a football fan in general, I would have expected more of their front line. We didn't really see it, apart from that Vlahovic's effort at the end of the game, which Pickford tipped over the bar. They weren't really creating any chances.
No, I mean, we held them at arm's length for most of the game, didn't we? They were poor. I thought they were really poor players. Down tools, a lot of them, once they went behind, you didn't see much of them. Milinkovic-Savic was hardly in the game, was he? And he's a world-class player, and we hardly saw him. But for England, I think the key word that what we lack is ruthlessness. I think the manager lacks it, and I think the players lack it.
Positivity as well would be nice, but going forward and trying to beat teams. But England's next game anyway is on Thursday. It's a 5 o'clock kickoff when we take on Denmark. That will be live right here on the Toon Review for commentary as well. Keith Truscott, thank you for your super chat. Rice was brilliant tonight. He played really well, and so did Bellingham. But it is a winning start, ladies and gentlemen, to England's campaign on Euro 2024. That is the positive thing that's come out of the game. They are up and running, and then we now face Denmark on Thursday. Hopefully, a little bit more positivity in the game. But thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Thank you for your super chats and memberships. Mods, thank you. Billy, Sam, and of course, Alex, thank you very much for joining me tonight. But thank you for every one of you guys that's watched the game with us. It's been great in the conversation. And we will be back tomorrow, 11:30 for the Newcastle United morning news. And we'll see what the media makes of everything going on at Newcastle United. But thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening, what's left of it. And we will see you tomorrow. Good night.
Away the Lions and Lionesses.
Come back and check out some green.